go for round two. He's going to go for the knock. Goes for the roll down. And he's spotted CVL. Looks for the clip, but he's not going to be able to get it. Jumps out instead, but goes down.
Moving forward, trying to get a better position using the smoke's advantage. Drives straight in.
Out instead, but goes down. Now it's just Portal alive. For Soul in a 1-1, but he cannot do it.
Hello everyone and welcome to PMCO 2020 Spring Split WildCard Region Semi-Finals. Today is going to be day number 1. My name is Varun Super Johnny John, being joined on the desk by Angela this time. So we have a change today. How are you feeling?
I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this one. It is the wildcard. It's something that we've all waited out. We've finished with the India and the South Asia. And with wildcard coming in, we're going to have one lucky team from here that will be joining the others in the World League. And that's what the next few days is going to be all about.
Yeah, so for 6 days, these teams, the 24 teams that have qualified from the group stages, have been divided into 3 groups and they will play in a double round robin format. So today it's going to be A versus B, tomorrow it's going to be B versus C, and day after tomorrow we will have A versus C. After which the process is just going to repeat itself. So we have it's going to be the same thing again, as in the teams are going to play 4 maps every single day, and the games will translate into points, wherein you get the points for the chicken dinners, the placements and the kills as well.
Absolutely. And for today, of course, we're going to have 4 maps like Johnny mentioned. We're going to have 2 on Erangel, 1 on Sanhok, and of course 1 on Vikendi. So it's going to be a long, interesting day, ladies and gentlemen. Get comfortable, because it's going to be one exciting day of so many different teams from so many different kinds of regions.
Yeah, it is a lot of excitement just because these teams, as you said, they come from different regions, different countries, and they have different style of plays. But let's have a look at the points and as they are.
On the screen, of course, you can see if you are placed on the first spot, you do get those 20 points. And if you go on the second and the third, it goes to 14 and a 10. Now, the 4th spot will be getting 8 points. The 5th spot moves on to 7, and it follows in circuit with 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. Now, this is where it gets worrisome for a lot of teams, because if you're not in the top 10, you're going to then get only 1 point. And that is going to be very difficult, because sometimes what happens is some teams get a really good lead in the game. And that's going to give them at least 2 to 3 20-point markers, and it gets really difficult for the teams on the 11th spot to the 16th spot to start competing and coming into the top 10. So you have to make sure that in every single map you have a great performance.
Yeah, you have to make sure that you're consistent with your placements, and in the meanwhile you're getting a lot of kills for yourself as well. And as you said, we have noticed this trend that teams that do well in the early stages of the group stages, as it happened, and teams for the other regions as well during the semifinals, the team that did well early on, they were able to maintain a top 8 standing and secure a spot for them in the finals, because top 16 teams from the semifinals, they will be playing in the finals, from where the team that wins it is going to get a slot in the World League, which is going to be pretty exciting, because there you will be going up against the big names like Entity Gaming, like Soul could actually make it, XQF is going to be there, BTR could make it. So a lot of possibilities for a lot of big names to be there, but only time will tell which teams will actually get there.
A lot of pressure today on these teams, and hopefully they will be able to turn things around. Let's take a look at the schedule of today and see what's lined up. We're going to start the day today with Erangel, just mentioned before. Then we're going to head into Sanhok. The Vikendi is going to be the important map there on the 3rd map of today. And we're going to close the day yet again on Erangel. So if there are teams that are performing really well on Erangel and they don't make it all the way to the end of the day where they're not on the best point score, at least they have a chance again in the 4th map.
Yeah, exactly, because Erangel is one of those maps that everyone has played. It is the map that you get in the game by default, like others you still have to download later on. But still, this is the map that has been there and has had every player's journey on this map. So as you said, if you do not do well in the first Erangel, the second Erangel could be yours because you know where the teams are going to land. And since the group stages, it is just going to be a speculation that teams might be looking to change things around, as they could change their drop location, they can change the way they rotate in towards the circle, they can change their strategies, because we saw teams go for split drops as well, wherein 2 players would drop at one location, 2 would drop at the other location. But today we could actually see the entire team group up.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the squad list, of course, and see who are these amazing teams that will be playing today. We're going to start with NoMercy there. There's a team that could watch out for.
Yeah. And moving on, SwankyGaming. This is Group A, so SwankyGaming, BlackTeam, MYSTERIOUZ, NOChanceTeam, Team Gravity, 2 of the strongest teams from the group stages. Apart from that, Exodus, Savage Hunter. So, interesting thing about Exodus as well, wherein they are really strong as a group, especially with Kusle present in the lineup. But when Exodus is split apart, when they are going for those split pushes, this team just crumbles. But moving on to the other group, it's going to be Group B, WMGxCloud, DreamxTeam, GoodBoys, Zeus Esports, another strong team, MT, LordNepal, GoodFellows, and Andromeda. So Zeus Esports, LordNepal had an amazing performance on day number 1, but towards the end of the group stages, they sort of fell out of the top 8. So that was an interesting thing that happened. On the other hand, Zeus Esports, they had an amazing climb during the later stages, and their players on the last day just put up an amazing performance. But Group C, this is where it gets interesting, because Watch My GP, Pain Gaming, Imperial GG, and Scared Famous, 4 really strong teams, all in the same group. They are going to be playing up against each other, and the thing about these teams, they are all aggressive teams. So that is going to be it's going to be an aggressive game when these guys come in.
Absolutely, and like you said, Scared Famous, they have been one of the top teams, and they're looking to take this title and make their way to the World League. But coming back to Group A and Group B, the 2 different brackets that we're going to be looking at, there are 4 teams that you should have your eyes out for. One of them being Team Gravity, just like you mentioned, Zeus Esports being another one, LordNepal being the other team that you should keep your eyes out for. Of course, if you are out there watching this, go hashtag PMCO. Let us know, who do you think is going to be making their way into the World League? For now, of course, just looking at the way the groups are, what do you think about them?
I think the groups are pretty interesting because, as I said, Group C is all aggressive, whereas Group A and B, they have those strategical teams in them, wherein the teams like to play a slow-paced game, they like to catch people off rotations, and there are teams like Team Gravity as well who are aggressive sometimes, but the other times they just go with the slow-paced playstyle as well. So they are pretty unpredictable. On the other hand, it is going to be interesting when the groups actually start switching, because today it's going to be A and B. So we can expect slow-paced gameplay today, but tomorrow, as soon as Group C comes in, I think it is going to be the peak of interest for everyone, just because you do not know how these teams are going to switch things around.
I'm sure Group C, every player from Group C have their eyes onto every single team that's going to be playing in Group A and Group B. Somewhere they do have a slight advantage because they will know exactly how these teams play. They also have a bigger advantage because they're 2 on Erangel.
Yeah.
And that's going to give them a good momentum. Is there a certain team that you see performing really well today on Erangel?
I think Team Gravity, I have to go with that one. The team has a lot of experience with Sinister being there, and this team also has been pretty consistent with their performances. On the other side, NOChanceTeam, they put up amazing numbers, and they are also one of those aggressive teams that when they switch things around, you just feel a little bit weird, and it scares the other teams even more, because you do not know this team is supposed to run towards us. They're supposed to shoot first and ask questions later, but they're not doing that.
Yeah.
So what is going on?
Crazy strategies coming out, but that is a lot of information for you folks out there. I hope you all are enjoying yourself, and let's talk a little bit about Erangel, because that's the first map on the board. We have certain places that these teams normally drop at. Do you see a lot of fire in the first 4-5 minutes of the game?
It is definitely going to be a fire if they actually start contesting places, because towards the end of the group stages we did see that 2 or 3 teams would drop towards Georgia Pole City. Georgia Pole would be a contested spot. Other than that, if the trajectory is a northern trajectory, this is something that I've noticed about wildcard, is that teams actually ignore the areas that are far away from the plane's trajectory. They like to land to a closer spot just so they can be a little bit safer with their rotations, and they can get early loots for themselves so they can take the fight. They do not want to risk it to the fact that you get down and you take a car while traveling. You are taken out quite easily if the trajectory is on the northern side, like from the Georgia Pole area to the Yasna side, and you want to go to the military base. So they do not want to risk that. That is something about wildcard. Players like to play safe.
Yeah.
But in that, safety is also an interesting thing, because if that is the trajectory of the plane on the northern side, you will have 4 teams land towards Yasna Polyana.
And that's going to be risky for them, of course. At the same time, they've got to be very cautious, because some teams may just wait by the circle to make sure that there are lots of teams who don't make it into it. That's a strategy that they'd watch out for. Another thing they need to worry about is they cannot split. There's so many times around we see one player kind of just not stick to the team, and then he gets completely knocked out, and then you're just left with 3 players to figure it out between themselves. Kill points, very important here. I think a lot of players should concentrate on getting a lot of kills on the map if they're not sure that if they're going to get that chicken dinner to side by themselves. So all these teams getting ready to gear up the battle. What's the most exciting thing for you for the first map?
I think the most exciting thing is going to be, can anyone start the semi-finals with a 20 kill game?
Ooh, we should have a bet on that one.
Yeah, I think NoChanceTeam is actually going to go for that one today. And that is because, as I said earlier, if you get a lead in the first day for yourself, and if it's a big enough lead, the other teams are going to be in trouble and they will have a hard time keeping you down. And if you, on the other day, we did see when me and Ocean were casting Pakistan group stages, Team Bablu, they had an amazing performance on day 1. It took the other teams 7 games to get them to the number 2 spot. And even that was not enough, because they came back on the other day and they just played 1 game. They were on the first position, and they were sitting on the first position for so long that they did not come second for a long time. But let's have a look at the head-to-head between 2 teams, 2 strong teams from the group stages. It is going to be NoChanceTeam and Team Gravity. So there's a big difference in how these teams actually started and where they ended, because in the initial stages, NoChanceTeam was the slow-paced team and they were not doing so great. Team Gravity started out quite strong, but towards the end of the group stages, by the time all the teams were done with their 12 games, 100 kills to 63 kills, 19,200 damage to 12,200 damage, and healing done 5,600 to 5,700. So this ratio is also pretty important. You always need to give out more damage than the amount that you're taking, and that sort of is always going to turn out in your favor. The damage ratio for the side of NoChanceTeam, it is amazing, giving out 19,000 damage, only taking 5,600, and that is including the blue zone damage as well. Headshots 25 to 6, chicken dinners 2 to 1. Total points 214 to 143. So the difference sort of arises in the way you are picking those fights and you are taking those fights. If you're trying to fight out in the open, you will be trading out almost even damage with the teams that you're fighting. On the other hand, if you are the one aggressing towards team, if you are fighting from your comfortable position from those compounds, using the ridges perfectly for your advantage, and basically you are the initiator in the fights, you will have the advantage because you are the person firing the first bullet.
Absolutely. And there was one very interesting thing about that head-to-head, the fact that it was 214 points to 143 points, even though they got just an extra chicken dinner there. Apart from that, you can just see the amount of kills that they have got to get them to that point. So NoChance, they not only do a lot of damage, they take very less damage. And for that reason only, I think a lot of teams, if they want to make it to the top, they have to make sure that they take down NoChanceTeam as much as possible. It's a lot of mind games that are going to go down in this one, I think.
Yeah, definitely a lot of mind games, and they sort of start with the fact that okay, so gatekeeping is one of the things that you talked about, where the teams wait around the circle and try and stop teams from entering. Sometimes you just stay outside in the blue zone yourself. You wait for the team to come in. As they pass you by, then you start engaging in them. But that is risky as well, because you will be risking taking the damage from the blue zone.
True.
And that is just free damage for the enemies. It is giving them advantage in the fight. The only advantage for you is going to be the element of surprise. On the other side, another mind game strategy is going to be contesting teams at their drop spots. And we have seen that happen as well, wherein the RNG in the game is going to be pretty weird, and you are also taking a risk over there. So contesting teams, it is risky, but it can pay off if you actually get a wipe for yourself, because that is going to mean you start the game with just 4 free kills on your side.
And that's where most of the most experienced team will be trying to get their mark before the circle starts closing. Make sure that at the very beginning of the game, go and trade with the kind of teams that will be able to give you those quick kills just to give you a good start. Also, another thing to remember in a game like PUBG is the fact that you're playing so many different maps.
Yeah.
It kind of gets you really down under the bush if you kind of lose very badly in the first map.
Yeah, it does, and it is going to be hard to reset because if you are the bad thing is that there are some factors that you cannot control. Like I said, RNG, spawn location of the guns. If you land in at Georgopol, you're not able to find a gun. You are being contested at that location. The other teams find the gun. What are you going to do about it? You can't run away. They are going to finish you if you run out in the open because Georgopol is surrounded by those open areas. So the factors that you can't control, if you get killed because of those, that can initiate tilt in the players, and it's hard to reset from that. But I think the players at this level, they are pretty much quite veterans at this point, and they should be able to do it if they have a good IGL with them, because it is the IGL's role is pretty important in game and outside the game as well. You need to play, keep your players calm. You need to make sure that they are not nervous going into a fight. They are not doubting themselves, because if you doubt yourself for a single moment in a firefight, you are basically dead at that moment.
That's so risky, and that's the beauty of the game. But at the end of the day, I hope all our teams are prepared and ready. One of the teams that, like we mentioned, need to look out for is NOChance. There's another team that you have to have your eyes out on. That's Exodus, and the reason for that is a lot of people have tuned in to check out this team. I want to tell them why.
Yeah, they have tuned in, and that's because of the performances during the group stages. The way they played this one, they were the only team to contest Team Gravity and Scared Famous. They were the only team to actually go up against head-to-head against these teams and actually finish them a multiple number of times. But another team that people are going to be looking out for, it's going to be Team Gravity. And I think that is going to be because of Soul's TG Sinister now. He used to be formerly part of Team Soul, a team that you might have heard of, led by Mortal.
Might have heard of Souls, of course, having big fans out there on the stream. And that is one player why you mentioned we are going to be having him on our iSpot and seeing what this player is going to be showcasing to you today. Apart from that, if there's a team you're supporting, go ahead, hashtag to us and let us know who are your favorite teams taking part in the first map of today, Erangel. Now, it being such an experienced map, because like I said, this is the first map that came out in PUBG, lot of experience relying on this. Where do you see the team strategizing the most?
I think the teams are going to start engaging in fights and actually getting aggressive by the fourth circle, because before that it is not quite safe. You always go for the early placement points, and the game is live on our screens. The trajectory is going to start from Severny heading over towards the Milta side. Nova is going to be available. Milta farm, shelter, prison, Milta power, military base. You will have to glide over there, but that is going to be a good landing spot. Yas Napoleana, Rozok, School, Pochinki, Georgopol is going to be a distance away, and Severny shooting range split. That can come in from some teams as well. GoodFellows already taking the first exit from the plane along with another team, which I think is looking to head towards the northern part of Rozok. It's going to be LordNepal taking an exit, and they are still heading towards the main island. That's going to be the center island for their side. Team Black also taking an exit heading towards the Georgopol city area, and they are already being contested. As you can see, the team numbers, the squad numbers moving in towards the Georgopol city. So that area is going to be pretty aggressive because you have a lot of compounds. There's going to be a lot of potential to find early loots and early engagement, and it's going to be easy to catch people off guard if they are not careful.
Absolutely. We see a lot of teams just gliding off in the first 5 seconds of this little train trajectory that went by. But after that, we are seeing a lot of splitting happening over here in the middle of the map. Most of the teams have dropped off already, and you can see that on your map. And Georgopol, it's going to be heading. But like you said, there are two teams already contesting themselves over there, and that's where we are going to be heading off into the first part of this. But meanwhile,
the circle on the eastern side of the map, a lot of water being involved. This is interesting just because water, as we know, it's going to limit the area the players have to play with. So on the other side, another interesting thing that's going on the northern part of the map, Team Black, they have decided to abandon their strategy of going towards the Georgopol city and have gone for a shooting range Zaki split, which is going to be interesting, but it is going to cause a lot of troubles for them now just because of where the circle is. But a lot of teams have taken control of the Novorepno area, and two teams heading towards the military base right now. School is being controlled by NoMercy all alone. alone in there, and empty. They have the Yasnopoliana side for themselves, but Rozhok, a lot of squads are present towards the Rozhok side, so that is also going to be one of the most contested places in this game. But I have to see what is Team Black going to do, how are GoodFellows going to rotate, because if they are, no matter where they come in from, if they come in from the Yasnopoliana side, if they come in from the Rozhok side, or they come in from the Georgiopol side, they are going to be contested by the other teams. And now we have WMGxCloud and it is Team MT that are quite close to each other in the Yasnopoliana compounds, and if this engagement starts, this is going to be interesting. One team losing a player this early on in the game, it's going to put them in trouble, because playing with a man advantage is not a good thing. You are forced to play passive the entire time. In WMGxCloud, we know they are not a passive team. If they are sitting at a man disadvantage, they are going to be taken out early, and Mondo quite close to Bugatti. I think the footsteps are going to be heard at this point, but now you have to be careful. We still have to see, have these players found the guns that they want yet? But it is going to be, once again, it is going to be really interesting as to how this fight is going to be started, because having the rooftops in your control is going to give you an advantage, but that is going to mean that you can be choked out as well if the players start charging in on you. And Bugatti, he has a deagle in his hand right now, a pistol that is not going to do much damage, but if he actually manages to connect a lot of shots, then that is going to basically put the enemy in trouble, because giving away free damage. And over towards the side of Novo, two teams, Andromeda and Zeus. Zeus also a really strong team. On the other side, Andromeda started out a little shaky, and the performances did not improve during the group stage the entire time they were playing. Zeus, they stepped up big time, so Andromeda, they need to be careful right now on the outskirts of Zeus. They can of Novo. They can take control of the city, of the compounds that are there on the backside of Novo. That is going to be interesting, but Ably from the side of Zeus already has an M4 on him, and a DP along with that, two really good guns. And this man is rolling around basically with a full decked out loot right now. Level 2 helmet, level 2 backpack, a good armor, 3 first aids, and 1 painkiller. Finds another first aid as I say that, and so he will be able to take on these early engagements and heal up from them as well. As when you're fighting in the early stages of the game, you take away damage from the team, you are getting chipped out. That is going to factor in, because when you're rotating, you are going to be forced to use those healing utilities on yourselves, and you do not want to do that. You want to be ready for the next fight as soon as you're done with one, because you can be third party. That is another thing that happens quite often. Teams like to wait for two teams who are fighting it out. They wait it out. As soon as one team is wiped out, they charge in on the team that wins, because they are already going to be sitting at a disadvantage in terms of health, in terms of armor, in terms of ammo, and that is risky. So you do not want to fight at any given point. You want to fight when you know that you have enough heals to sustain the entire thing and be ready for the next one.
True that. You should always try and take fights only when you know that there is no third team around, first of all. And secondly, even if there is a third team around, you should be able to make sure that you're able to take down both the teams. Now on your screens, of course, we do see SA. They have got into a car now. They want to go to a more private location where they know that there are not many teams around. They can continue looting as much as they can. There's quite a bit of time before we see the second circle come up onto our screens. For now, of course, not many collisions, I would say.
Yeah.
Everybody playing it very safe. Just like you said, the early game could be a little slow. Nobody wants to take those risky fights and then later have to deal with the pressure. For now, SK, of course, we see Leo heading into that building, making sure that his team is pretty safe here.
Yeah, just parking the car in there and going for a pickup on his teammates. Vehicles are going to be important in this rotation if you are quite far away from your from the circle. That is, but right now SK, they are present towards that school area for themselves, the northern part of school, between school and Rozhok. So the rotation for them is going to be pretty easy from the school apartments. They are already inside the circle, to be precise. So they just have to make their way in towards the center, towards the shelter area, so they can rotate to the next one even faster, or they can gatekeep the next circle, or if they're lucky enough, they will be in the center of the next one as well. But for now, I think the blue zone is closing in. So as we can see the mini-map that is present to us, LordNepal is right now in the blue zone. So they need to be careful. They need to start rotating now, taking damage from the first blue zone. Yeah, it's not going to be that much damage, but still, chip damage. It is going to be useless chip damage that can help your opponents out if you start fighting. LordNepal, Exodus needs to make the rotations. Black, they have already taken control of Zaki, have looted all they can, heading over towards the side of Saverny, and I think they will make the rotation rotation from the side of Yasnopoliana. But once again, interesting thing about this circle, a lot of water involved, so it is going to definitely feel like a Vikendi circle, and this can move over towards the side of Lipovka prison area and Milter area as well. We have seen those fights happen wherein the circle is right, the final circles are right on the edge of the water and the land on the beach areas, and teams are just camping, fighting for the control of that one beach, because having control of the beach is just going to mean you fight in one direction instead of fighting in 4 different directions at the same time, and that is going to be much easier for you. On the other side, Andromeda and Zeus, whichever team rotates in from the zone, from the bridge, from the Nova bridge to the main island, is basically going to clear the path for the team behind them, because a lot of teams are present. You see Team Gravity over there, Dream Team is present close to the bridge, and the camps can definitely come in. So the team coming in first is going to take the fight. The team coming in from the back can go for the third party, and if the path is already cleared, if Andromeda actually makes it to the other side, then Zeus is going to have an easy rotation. But with that, the first airdrop is going to come in, and we will have to see. It is quite close between TG and squad number 8. So whoever is going to get the pick for themselves is definitely going to have an advantage in the next fight, because the level 3 kit is going to be there if you need that, and there is definitely going to be a good gun. But as you can see on the minimap, Exodus still present in the Georgopol areas. What is this team doing right now?
There's going to be a fight breaking out. It's getting a few shots here onto the team. Are they going to be able to close their skill for themselves? We're going to see more people rotating onto this map. They're all camping inside the room. They want to make sure that they get these shots off. This could be the first blood on the map.
Yeah, this could definitely be the first blood. As a bar, he has been taken down. Octus is down, sitting at 40%, and a bar is going to go down. But you have to be careful. Octus is going to be taken down by the guys of Andromeda. 1-1 trade coming in from both sides. But the other player, Ant-Man, he has been dropped quite low. Rangar is still standing, and the finishes are going to come in from Sebo. And as I say that, Andromeda is going to be the first team to exit this match on the 15th position as Team Gravity. They just charge in. 2 guys being taken down. 2 guys getting knocked down from their side, but the other 2, Sinister and Sebo, actually managed to clean this one out.
Beautiful rotation coming out there from Gravity, taking down their first team, getting few points for themselves already on the board, making them very comfortable just before even entering the second circle.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Lord, they were pretty far away from home. I hope they have made their way into the circle. There were 2 teams that were completely outside.
Yeah, Exodus and Lords. Lords on the minimap, they still are present towards the northern side of Rozok, and on the other side, Exodus are starting to move towards the ruin area, but I think by now it's already going to be too late for them, because the rotation is going to take a while. They will have taken a lot of damage, and if they do not have the heals on them, once again, if they do not have the heals on them, the next fight is going to be their last one. On the other side, what just happened over at the Nova Bridge, as I said, the bridge camp kicked in from the side of TG. They knew there were teams, there were going to be teams heading over towards the Novo area, and they waited it out. As soon as Andromeda came in, they took them out. But now, since the next circle has once again moved towards the Milta Power area, TG, they will have to move towards the next circle. Zeus is going to have an easy rotation now, but if TG decide to stick around, they can get another team wipe as well. Zeus, we have to see how do they rotate from this one, because another interesting thing that sometimes happens is that teams go for the swims in the water circles, which is risky because you do not get knocked down in the water. You are just finished off, and you can't fight in the water when you're swimming unless you have a boat on you, which is going to be quite tricky to make it work. But Exodus, you see them on the minimap finally making their way in. This could either be a really good thing for them or either could be the worst decision that they ever made. But right now, we have Dream Team fighting against the players from the side of MYSTERIOUZ, and the DP on Prince, it can dish out damage on that distance. The scope can pull off a lot of work as well. He has 10 band-aids on him, 1 first aid, 3 energy rings, so he can trade out pretty even damage from their side as well. But MYSTERIOUZ still not retaliating, still not fighting back as the other team close by, because Dream Team, I am pretty sure Prince spotted out the car traveling in the back, and he has spotted out the other team that was coming in from the other direction as well. But LordNepal, they are going to start dropping bombs as one car from the side of SK is going to be blown up, and they will lose 1 player for them.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, we do see Exodus still making their way into the circle, and like you said, it could be a very good thing, because when you look at the circle, it's half in the water and half on land. So there are lots of teams that are going to be fighting this out, and maybe Exodus just wants to make sure that they make their way into the 4th circle, and if they do that, they could collect their points and stay safe till the end of that. Meanwhile, now we do see the second airdrop getting dropped here onto the map. a very interesting location with this one. There are lots of different kinds of things in it.
Yeah, lots of different kind of things. The AUG coming in the level 3 armor, helmet and backpack, and good boys are already going to be waiting for that one. Did not last that long. Already being looted, and the AUG is a really good weapon. The rate of fire is pretty amazing, so you can make it work in close ranges and long range. It is a good weapon as well, but the DMRs are definitely going to come in play. But Empty right now charging on the guys of GoodFellows. One player already being taken down. Reed has been knocked down in a really bad situation, surrounded by the players from the side of GoodFellows. 2 versus 3 situation, and Empty, they are losing this one as Bugatti is going to get one, but Bugatti, can you clutch this one out as 3 players from the side of GoodFellows, they charge in. Bugatti is quite low, and he is still hiding. The revive can come in on time, and the heal comes in, but the fight is not going to be won as Empty, the only player standing, is going to be taken down by Oinks with an Uzi, and the team just takes an exit as well right now.
Another team on the board taking a fall there. 13 teams remaining as of now. And GF, nice rotation coming out of that.
Yeah.
They took the circle, they went in, they charged in together, they got the kills, and now they can again be very peaceful because they're again in the circle. Enough room for them. Meanwhile, on the other side, Exodus have made their way into the circle also. And now that most of them are comfortably back in, big fight opening out here.
Yeah, big fight between NoMercy and DreamxTeam. They spotted out NoMercy and the Swiss target, but Negroy, he takes a lot of damage from Hazy with that M16 coming in, the headshot hitting perfectly. Shrek 2K, he is still standing, but where are his teammates? They are quite spread apart from each other, but Hazy, he can have a good flank for himself and can take on the players from the side of DreamxTeam all alone. They need to be careful as one of the players did go down. The revive needs to come in, and it needs to come in now. Hazy is still using that M16 in his hand. The tap shots coming in, the single shots on that assault rifle can dish out a lot of damage if he actually manages to catch some of the players from the side of DreamxTeam off guard. As we saw earlier, the headshot did come in, but TG on the other side are going to catch NoChanceTeam off guard, and one of the players has already been taken down. Chaos is going to be finished now, but SwankyGaming, the third party coming in, the kill steal is definitely going to be there as well. DreamxTeam on our screens right now, they are going to be in trouble as they are being cornered right now by just one man, Hazy. He has forced this entire team to stand behind that rock and not engage up against his team anymore. 2K, they are going to be in a risky position because they can't fall back from here. Fighting from the cliff, it is going to force you to fight in just one direction. The advantage is going to be there that you are focused in just one direction, but you can't fall back. That is the trade-off that you have to make. Prince is going to prone down, but NoMercy kill is going to get another knock for their side. And let's switch things a bit around as we saw SwankyGaming stealing kills from the team of NoChanceTeam. They were fighting another team at that point, but the kills being stolen is going to be pretty interesting as well, as that was just one free point that you get.
Lots of shots getting fired here by Kill. He's trying to get an opening here onto Dream, but he's finding it a little difficult. Meanwhile, on the other side, we see Negroni. He's moving forward. He does know that at the end of the day, the team is at almost the end of the mountain, and that means that if they can't go further than that, they can't hide from there, and they could just be cornered for a very long time. For now, another airdrop getting dropped here onto the map. The big items coming down yet again.
Yeah, the level 3 armor, helmet, and the Groza once again coming in. Groza is also a pretty amazing weapon, but in the meanwhile, the circle did make a shift this time, and it is on the southern side of prison. Oh, the teams present toward Milta, they will have a hard rotation from there, but Team Gravity going up against DreamxTeam right now, so that fight is also getting third-partied over there, and SwankyGaming. So these teams are being sandwiched by one another, where in DreamxTeam they are fighting NoMercy. NoMercy does not have anyone on the back, it's just water, so they are the only one who can't get sandwiched, but now right now they are rotating. Hazy did go down earlier, so his helmet has taken a lot of damage. His first aids were used, just has 4 damage remaining, so he needs to be careful in the next fight, because the next knock could be his death. But as I was talking about sandwiches coming in, DreamxTeam, they were being sandwiched by Team Gravity, who were in turn being sandwiched by SwankyGaming. So they have to be really careful as to now they are spotted, they can't fall back. But now Exodus on our screens, the DMR coming into play. Lord is one of the players going to go down, as Kuzle is going to drop Spider from the side of WMGxCloud already, and fighting 2 teams at the same time. That can be quite risky, but Exodus, they can take this one. They have the advantage of the ridge for themselves. And the spray from Nikesh is going to spot out and corner all the players inside the smoke. The AR spray kicking in, but Kuzle did get the finish on the guy on the team from the side of WMGxCloud. But can you make this one count? Hitman, he has been cornered by the player from the side of Exodus, but M24, one shot is just going to do so much damage. The guy being knocked down, landing perfectly, but Kustle is here for the revive on the other side. GoodBoys, they are going to be in trouble as NoMercy AZ with that Uzi coming in the apartment is going to knock one of the players down, and the finish is definitely going to be there. But Casper, the nades coming in, he is trying to pull the players off. They have cornered themselves in that watchtower sort of a situation. Kill taking a lot of damage, could go down at any moment, but the utilities need to come in because watchtower, constricted location, it is quite small. One good nade, one good Molotov could actually get one knock for you, and that can help you initiating this fight that you have a man disadvantage in.
Ironically for Exodus, even though they were out of the circle for most of the early game, now they are sitting at the center of the circle. They can just be comfortable here, keep getting the rotations on point and be able to take down more players as they enter the circle. But now, of course, lots of shots getting fired here from Kill. He wants to try and get a few more kills onto this board.
Yeah, just one guy standing from the side of GoodBoys, and it's going to be Sark coming in. If he gets spotted, it's going to be finished. Drives in the car. The spray is going to come in. Can the car be blown up in time? I don't think so. He's going to get out of here, but he is going to be in trouble since the circle is going to be quite in the open on the other side. DreamxTeam going up 2 versus 1 situation against the players from the side of Zeus, one of the strongest team, and Sengi is going to be taken down, and the nade comes in. Is that going to be a knock? Is that going to be a kill? Or Mystic is going to be taken down as well? It's just Skilla and Undaka that are fighting. Prince is quite far away from his teammates, so the revive is definitely not gonna be there. Zeus, they are gonna get 2 free kills. 2 of the players from the side of Zeus, Ably and Kaizen, they have already been taken down, so Zeus is already fighting with a man disadvantage on their side. But Dream, I think they are gonna be in a lot of trouble from now on. If Prince gets caught out, he is going to be in so much trouble, and that is going to be in an exit for his team. But Kusle, with that M4, the single shots doing so much damage, can he get these kills for his team? LordNepal once again. Exodus is not letting them go. 2 players being knocked down. 1 has been finished up, but now the other 2, just the 3, the only thing that is protecting them. But LordNikesh, he is taking the fight from the other side as well. So they are already pretty much being sandwiched. SwankyGaming somehow actually managed to survive the previous onslaught from the side of Exodus. The 4th airdrop coming in with the AWM, the suppressor for the assault rifles, the vest, the armor, the helmet and the backpack. And SwankyGaming are going to be happy about this one since this is quite close to them, but the hard part is going to be getting that airdrop, getting the stuff recovered from them since they are quite in the open. And the vehicles, the way they are positioned, if SwankyGaming play between them, if the vehicles get blown up, they are going to be in trouble. We're talking about things being blown up. Mysterious Zaku is going to be blown up with an 8. The knock is going to come in from the side of NOChanceTeam as they go in for the charge. They are trying to go in for the wraparound with the open. Usuku has taken a lot of damage, trying to come in along with the blue zone, just going in circle in a spiral manner. NOChanceTeam, they need to abandon that situation. The combat is definitely was giving the other team, the enemy team, an advantage, but NOChanceTeam, was that a good decision? A nade from the side of Exodus is going to drop one of the players from the side of SwankyGaming as they go up against TG as well. So open fights result in these sort of a situation. It is complete chaos in these few final circles. In this 5th circle coming in as NoMercy kill is going to finish off GoodFellows Grimmy, and NoMercy Shred 2K is going to be taken down, and the kill feed is just moving up and up. It's not stopping. Godless, we saw this man a couple of days earlier in a 1 versus 3 situation, and he won that one, survived to the latest stage, survived till the top 6 if I remember correctly. So that is one man that can turn situations around for his team, and we need to keep an eye on him as well, as that was an amazing nade from Zaku. Did a lot of damage to his own teammates, I think. Yeah. So he needs to be careful.
It's risky. He's been very cautious about this. He's in a very intense fight now. We do see it going back and forth here. NOChanceTeam trying to get a good opening here to be able to close this fight for themselves. They are not in the best spot position, but let's see if they're able to do it. Meanwhile, Shred 2K, he's going to get a few shots here. We do see Choco not getting more shots, but not being able to kill more. Meanwhile, Kill, he's able to get another kill for himself. And Shred K, meanwhile, he's going to be taken down. Hazy going to be the next one to take a fall here. And there are kills just getting used all over the map right now.
Yeah, the kills are coming in, but 2 players from the side of NOChanceTeam, they are charging in towards the other 2 players from the side of Mysterious. They are going to be taken down, but is the kill going to be confirmed? Zaku is the only kill that I think has not been confirmed confirmed the kill has been taken by the blue zone. But now, once again, the circle is right out in the open, so the pace of the game is going to slow down and a lot of utility is going to be important, especially the smokes coming in. You need those covers being made manually for yourself since the trees are not that spread up. A lot of careful rotations need to come in as one of the players from the side of SwankyGaming is going to spot out the two remaining players from the side of NoChanceTeam, and Godless has taken a lot of damage, drops down to 50% health. Choconut, the tree protect him, the smoke being cooked. He needs to throw this one for the cover and needs to create a rotation for himself in towards the center of this play zone. Right now, they are outside the circle. Almost all the teams are outside the circle apart from SwankyGaming, who are going to gatekeep the teams right behind them. They need to be careful. Exodus, they are closing in on their direction, and Exodus, they have the advantage just by the fact that they are just going to be fighting up front. And Leo, as I was saying, that has been dropped down to 40% health. Lord Nikesh is going to drop down one of the players from the side of Exodus. Kusle, the main man, has been taken down, and the finish does not come in. Kusle gets a revive. He is going to go in and get his revenge basically from the team of LordNepal. But Godless spots out one of the players from the side of NoMercy, takes a lot of damage from the players from the side of Black, I think, and he needs to be careful. Is trying to wrap around the tree, has been dropped down to 60% health, but kill, he is out in the open. He needs to be careful. Godless had spotted the players, but is he going to get the finish? SwankyGaming, they had the advantage. They were in the circle, but were not able to defend their own position. Key is the only man who is surviving for his team, and for how long can he do that? As Exodus are going to be the next teams in the kill feed. Key cooking up that grenade. Is this going to connect? We have to see. We have to wait for it to pop, and I think that one did land perfectly. And yes, Annie, he is going to be knocked down, but can the kill being confirmed, as now Sinister knows where Key is, hiding in that one wooden shack right in the center of the circle. Key, you are being charged upon. You need to be careful, buddy. And Sinister, he's going to be in tough situations. He does not have any good heals. He has 5 bandages, would take a lot of time to heal. Do not heal for that much. Has the boost, not enough though. Has the boost running right now. Has 1 extra energy drink, 1 extra painkiller. So for the later stages, he does not have the ability to heal battle anyone. The airdrop coming in right in the middle can work as a good cover, and also can renew the armor and the helmet if you have your armor helmet damage. But TG Cebu is going to be taken down by Exodus. Annie, the man who was knocked down by the grenade, has been revived. The 5th airdrop comes in with the AWM, the armor, and the helmet. As I said, renewals for the stuff that you really need in this last fight. Yeah,
absolutely, so important. Yeah, in this last circle, it's going to be risky for them to see who's going to be able to go to that airdrop, though, because it's the center of nowhere. That is not a place where any team wants to risk it out. Now on the board, of course, there are 3 teams that are doing fantastically well for themselves. Team Gravity with those 11 points, Exodus sitting with 9 points for themselves, and they've already made it all the way to this time into the game, and that's going to give them a good standing there if they're able to close this game or get a chicken dinner for themselves. Meanwhile, the teams who are suffering quite a bit, even if they are able to close a chicken dinner, is WMGxCloud. If they're able to do that, they'll at least get 1 point on the board for themselves. But other than that, Black Team, they have been able to survive for quite a while, but they've taken a few shots here yet again. We see NC Godless, he's getting them off, but he's going to take a lot of damage for himself also, but he's able to take down 1 player, and that's going to be a lot for his team because he's the only one surviving as of now. Meanwhile, Zeus, he's going to be able to take down 1 player from his opponent's team, and Exodus still getting a few kills here. 4 teams remaining now in the circle, 7 alive.
Yeah, 4 teams remaining, 7 people alive, and 6 make that number 6, make that number 5, as Godless is going to be taken down by the player from the side of Black, and it's down to the top 3. 2 versus 1 situation. Black is there, Exodus is there, and WMGxCloud is going to be there with just 1 guy, Vortex. Can he clutch this one out for himself and his team, basically? We have seen this happen. We have seen a couple of days earlier when Amara from the side of Scared Famous clutched out a 1 versus 3 situation. So 1 versus 2 is possible. We have seen it multiple times, but are we going to see this one today? Exodus, they have a really good position for themselves, hiding behind those containers. The vehicle has been blown up, so it is going to provide a really good cover. On the other side, Black and WMGxCloud, they are out in the open. Annie is trying to spot the players from the side of Black. They need to take out the team with the more numbers first. They can deal with that 1 solo guy later on, but on the other side, Zurdai is going to drop out the remaining player from the side of WMGxCloud. out, and it's going to be down to the top two. 50% winning probability for both these teams, as Zeus from the team of Black is going to throw that nade, and I think the container is just going to be able to protect these two players. Right now, these two guys need to fight for the control of the circle, as the blue zone is going to start to close in at any given second, and it has started to close in. It is going to do a lot of damage. So players from the side of Exodus, they are the closest to the blue zone. They need to be careful, because if they start taking damage from the blue zone, and if it is going to be way too much damage, so they need to be careful. And now it's time for that last circle, and both these teams are out of it. The Molotov being thrown is going to stop the rotation coming in towards their direction, but both the teams have done that. They do not want the rushes to come in from either team, as the last circle is right in the center, and as I said, both the teams are out. So whoever gets in first is going to have the advantage, as they can start the heal battle quite early on, and they will be sitting at the health advantage as soon as the circle goes in. And Black Zeus, he's charging and has the smoke for the protection, but can he get the kills instead? He has prone down on the ground. The snakes are coming in, and Zurdai, they are right in front of each other, but trying to spot out. Manta has been left behind, and he has been left behind as well, but Manta, he charges in towards the smoke. The smokes are starting to fade away. Who is going to get this one? 2 versus 2 situation. Zurdai takes a lot of damage. The teams, I think they have run out of the nades on themselves. The smoke, another one being thrown by Zeus, is going to provide some cover, but I think that's going to be information given away as to where the player exactly is, as you can figure out. And Zurdai, he's going to stand up. The shot being fired is going to get the knock. Just one guy left standing from the side of Black. Manta is the only man, and if he makes a single mistake, he's going to be taken down, as both the players from the side of Exodus, they are going to charge. And Zurdai, he takes some shot, figures out where Manta exactly is, and now the information is going to be given away to Annie. Zurdai heals up as well. Manta knows where he is. Zeus is going to Annie is going to be taken down. Annie is going to be dropped. Annie did get a finish on Zeus quite earlier. 1 versus 1 situation. Zurdai, will you go for the revive? No, he stands up, he shoots, he dies instead. Manta clutching this one out for his team in a 1 versus 1 situation, and Black with a 3-man squad get the first chicken dinner with 5 kills. 25-point play coming in, pretty good.
Very interesting game coming out there from Black. I mean, the way they played this out was brilliant. At the very beginning of the game, we saw them just making sure that they made their way to the end of the circle. Exodus, fantastic performance coming out from their side. Also, they had already secured about 11 points for themselves, and if they kind of close this chicken dinner, they would have been, like you mentioned, right on top of the board, too far away for a lot of teams to make it. But Black, even though they didn't get a lot of kills in the first half of this game, at the end they were able to secure at least 6 kills for themselves, and those beautiful 20 points.
Yeah, beautiful 20 points, 25 points coming in total. 5 kills. The team had 5 kills, and once again, 3-man team went for a split when they dropped out. One guy was left behind at the side of the shooting range. The other two went to Zarki, the northmost point. And as we saw, the circle was a southern circle, so they had a pretty long rotation to make. They needed to be careful during those long rotations as well. So it was an amazing performance from this team. So let's have a look at the MVP for this game and see who it is. It is going to be Manta, the man who was left surviving in that last few moments of the game. 3 kills, 290 damage, and 13 kilometers traveled. That is quite a lot, but as I was saying, they did rotate from the northmost part. They did rotate from the extreme end to the other extreme end, so it is quite fair for them. 27-minute survival time straight towards the end of the game, as well as he was the only man left standing, literally.
True that. He kind of was close that game. Like you mentioned, 3 players alive, 1 player at the end closing that chicken dinner, nailing it, I would say.
Yeah.
He could have taken a fall. It was just a few shots that gave him this victory. His team was going to be very happy about it. Exodus scratching their heads. How did they miss out on this very important chicken dinner in Erangel?
Yeah, I think they will definitely scratch their heads, but they have to come back in the next game. But for now, let's have a look at the top 5 players from this game. It's going to be TG Sebo on the first position. 7 kills, 836 damage. So, Team Gravity, as I said, really strong team, did get a lot of kills for themselves. And Exodus, as you said, they will not be happy about the fact that they could not get the chicken dinner in this game, just because, look at this. Top 5 players from this game. 3 players are from Exodus. Zurdai is there. Then there's another guy on the 4th, and Kusle is there on the 5th position. 3 kills, 6 kills. 12 points coming in for their sides. So, had they had the chicken dinner, that would have been 32 points coming in for free. 34 points. So, the final 2 kills would have been added to them. But, yeah, 34 points coming in. So, that is the thing. Getting the chicken dinner is going to be important, because there is a massive drop in there. from the third position, from the second to the third as well, there is a drop of 4 points, and from the third to the fourth is where things become a little bit comfortable. But within the first 3 placements, if you are getting just second, you need to make sure that you have the kills to cover up the gap, because we have seen this during group stages as well, wherein teams would finish second, teams would finish third, but they would have enough kills that they would be pushed in the standings in the because of the points. So talking about points, interesting things. Exodus finished second but had 12 kills, so 26 points coming in for them is going to make sure that they are first in the standings for game number 1. BlackTeamMGL on the other hand, second position, 25 points. Team Gravity on the third, once again just based off because of how many kills they had.
And as you move on, of course, NoMercy, they got 8 kills, so they're sitting with us 13 points for themselves on the 4th spot. NOChanceTeam, a lot of expected from this team today, was not able to do their best performance in game number 1. They're going to secure 4 kills for themselves, 12 good points, but they have a long way to go. Meanwhile, SwankyGaming, like I said, 4 points for themselves, 11 on the total scorecard. We had WMGxCloud, no kills to their name, but they made it to the 7th spot, and that's going to give them 10 points. GoodFellows, they were pretty good, I would say, because total kills of 5, they're able to secure 6 points. But that's the funny part here between the 7th and the 8th spot. Like you said, they didn't get any kills, they still got those 10 points. While GoodFellows, they got the kills, but yet it was not good enough. And this was just map number 1, Erangel, Exodus, not even getting that chicken dinner, but able to get those 26 points. And that is something that they're going to carry forward as we play Erangel yet again in the second half of today. Meanwhile, LordNepal, they have got a total of 2 kills. They will secure 5 points. DreamxTeam, they played pretty well, but they only were able to secure 5 points. They got only 1 kill on the board. Zeus, meanwhile, they've got 2 kills on the board with 3 points for themselves, and so on and so forth. There were certain teams who couldn't get a single kill, and that's going to be worrisome for them as they entered the second map of today.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be worrisome, because next is going to be Sanhok. So Sanhok is also interesting, as in Sanhok has the most places where people get contested, and it's usually the 2 spots. It's usually Boot Camp and Paradise Resort, where you will see 2 or 3 teams drop in. And another strategy is that the teams use at really high level is you do not directly drop in Boot Camp, you drop outside. There are these 3 warehouses outside of Boot Camp. You drop there, you get some decent loot, and then you charge in on the teams that are hiding in the buildings. So if that happens, you have to be careful, because Boot Camp is a tricky situation. Both Boot Camp and Paradise are quite tricky, but all that is just speculation. Once again, we will see what happens in the game once we come back from the short break. So you guys just stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be right back. Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to PMCO 2020 Spring Split WildCard Semi-Finals Day number 1. My name is Warren Super Johnny John, and joining me on the desk, he is back, the man, the myth, the legend, Ocean Sharma. How are you? Where were you?
I
Answer me.
cannot disclose that right now, but I assure that was a really good place. And to be honest, I was hearing really good things about the first match, like WMGxCloud having a chicken dinner for themselves, but Exodus having incredible amount of kills. That obviously was a beauty to watch in itself. But moving on, this is going to be the second match out here for the semi-finals, and you guys know it, Sanhok, the match that bites you, not the snakes. It's the match that just bites you out there. So we'll have to see what happens in that one. But moving on from the first match, if we have to say, it was a new start for the teams because new groups were made and all those things. But coming out of those things, I mean, you still have the same players to focus on. You still have the same teammates. You still have the same opponents that you need to focus on at the end. And all those things, it all just comes to a round circle. I mean, you started your days in the qualifiers on a good note. You're starting it on a semi-final on a good note. And I think Exodus and WMGxCloud, somewhere they have a really good note for themselves.
Yeah, they have a really good note for the start, but as you said, it all comes down to the circle, and it's literally a circle on the map, and you need to make sure that your rotations are quite good in that one, because just like on Erangel, if we have the water zones involved in this one, things could get tricky. And Vikendi is there as well, so imagine all the maps having water zones. That is just going to be intense, isn't it?
I mean, intense will be one of the words, because what happens in all those kinds of matches is you start the day, you start the game thinking that, oh, we'll be having a first zone, we'll be having a lot of area to play on, and then all of a sudden, it's kind of a fourth zone situation in the first zone that just comes out there. We have seen such matches in the Vikendi. We have seen such matches. You remember when Sanhok and Vikendi kind of switched places? There was a day in Sanhok there was a water zone, and in Vikendi there was a full land zone.
Land zone, and you were confused. You're like, all right, I see the snow, but where's the circle?
I was like, yeah, that's white there.
That's not supposed to happen.
What is happening out in that? So that was like one of the things. But I mean, it all just changes. I mean, Sanhok Sanhok is kind of a game of irregularities as well. Like, in Sanhok, you are not going to see Scar L. For some players, Scar L is like a new norm, because Scar L on aim assist actually has the best kind of advantage if you want to shoot for the 6x sprays and all those things. But you get QBZ and QBU, DMR strategies out there. And okay, alright. 3 days back, I had an Instagram story of mine. If you had read it, a guy in a ghillie suit with a VSS is the worst guy that you can deal with on Sanhok. Imagine a guy having a ghillie suit is being a snake on a Sanhok.
Does not matter which gun the guy has. Guy in a ghillie suit is pretty much the worst thing you have to deal with.
Imagine having a VSS. You won't be hearing the sound from where they are coming from.
Do you want to imagine that? I think that's those things are called nightmares.
Maybe.
But with that, let's have a look at the top 5 damage dealers from the last game. It's going to be Exodus, B1 on the first position, 960 damage. Team Gravity Sabo is going to be second, 836 damage. NoMercy's no kill on the third with 773 damage. Why did I just call him no kill? Exodus Zurgadai is going to be fourth with 650 damage, and Kusle is always going to be there on the 5th position. Like, he's always there. The man stepped up his performance since the time he started playing, and we have seen him carry his team.
Yeah, I mean, that is one thing about Erangel, but we are going to dive right into Sanhok, ladies and gentlemen. You guys can see the plane path on your screen from Mongnai to Sami. It goes from Painan, Boot Camp, Paradise Resort, Khao, Camp Bravo, Bhan. If you guys want to go to that area, Ruins is also going to be there. Camp Alpha Island, which is always kind of a barren, ruined kind of area. Like, no one goes there. It's Miramar all over kind of a scenario. But then teams are starting to drop off. As you can see, GoodFellows, Greamy on your stream, on the area. He's going to Khao area. NC, No Chance was going to Camp Bravo area. I can see DreamxTeam also dropping out their team number 14, and LordNepal, team number 18, also dropping out. They can go to Lakavi or Kampong if they want to go to that area. But Zeus Esports, I think they'll be uncontested out in the area of Boot Camp if they want to just go there.
Yeah, they can be uncontested, but we still have to see that. On the other side, look at this. We always say that Camp Alpha is ignored, but MT is heading right there.
MT is saying that area should not be empty.
Yeah, Wait, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I'm always
But
with the good
This
ones.
is a good one as well. We talked about this. It's a water circle coming in. But talking about boot camp, Zeus, they are not contested. NoMercy is there as well. And Kazan somehow manages to avoid the conflict coming in. But on the other side, SwankyGaming, Leo already taking a lot of damage. But Team Gravity, Sabo is going to come in. The knock is going to kick in. And I think that's just going to be a free kill.
That was the first blood out there, ladies and gentlemen. That just happened, and Team Gravity has won for themselves right now. Team Gravity wanted a good start in the second match, and they just got it. Look at this. One grenade to end them all. Will the grenade be out there? As Kazan, Undak is actually using a grenade right now. It does not give any damage to anyone, and TG Octus with a mutant right now goes on SKG Ghost and just finishes him out of this game right now. So SwankyGaming can be in a bit of trouble, and already I think Team Gravity is looking really, really good. Hagaizu, Octus, and Sabo on your screens, ladies and gentlemen. They are going to be going towards the quarry area. Just have their loot. I mean, Octus does not have a helmet or vest right now, and he still took a fight without those things. That's a really commendable thing.
Yeah, he took a fight without those things and is sitting at 100% health. So this is something that we usually talk about. It's the RNG, the randomness of the game, wherein you can have a perfect drop close to a hut, a straight entry inside a house, but you find no guns in there, and then there's a team charging on towards you, and you're just going to be taken out with just empty hand. So no honor in this game. You always kill the opponent with no weapons.
Yeah, I mean, that's like one of the things that is kind of needed. And Killer from CS Esports is on the other side on the triple layer. Oh, right. Undak just goes for one player. Gangsky has been taken down. He is moving forward, wants to move forward. Abel is also coming out from the other area. Kazan is just taking TPP from the outer house, but I think Gangsky will be getting a revive right now as he has a partner out there. Shred and Kill will be on the other sides of the main building. But look at this. Undak has rotated in, has rushed in. Abel is on the center side. Kazan as well if they want to go for it, but I think Gangsky would like to pop up a first aid or a bandage if he has one or two right now, just to keep his composure out there. He has 75% HP now, but they are still just surviving in a mid area. I mean, that can be a good thing, that can be a bad thing for them, because they don't have anywhere to go to. If they are in the open, they will be taken down as people from Zeus Esports. I mean, in the qualifiers, this team was one of the dominating teams, Zeus Esports out there.
Yeah, they started dominating on the later stages, but today from day number one, game number one, in fact, they have been putting up amazing numbers for themselves. The performance has been amazing, but just missing out on getting that chicken dinner in the first game. I think they want to step it up this time. NoMercy, as you were talking about. Oh, but let's focus on this. Andromeda catching the player from the side of MT. Kanik is going to be taken down.
A buggy is now going to be saving you from the bullets, because bullets travel faster than your vehicle, and that is one thing that just happened out here. MT Kanik has been taken down by Ragnar at the end, and I think Andromeda has won for themselves right now. Coming back to the fight of boot camp, this is still a Cold War situation. I mean, they all know where the players are. They all know how to just focus and keep them in one area, using the smokes and all the utilities that they can. But will those be enough? I mean, they have good guns. Each and everyone someone has an Uzi, someone has a Vector out there, like Gangsky, as you can see, but he was taken down once. I mean, he has just risen up, but can he rise up to the standards of the game right now to take 4 players from Zeus Esports, a team that just dominated the end stage? Can he take those players on? He saw the head out there while the player was jumping, but as of now, everyone will just go and make their way to safety. But I like the rotation of Zeus Esports, 2 players on either sides, and that is one thing that I like, that Hazy has been taken down. He had an AKM but could not deal the damage, and I think this is the call, this is a sign of the universe that Zeus Esports needs to move in forward. Undak is out there. I think they're going to go from the upper edge, if anything, taking the top TPP. Now they want to charge in, now they want to barge in. They have kill in their eyes, but can they just go for it? I think they will, as they're trying to spot the players, they're trying to take the players down. The players are taking TPP from the other side, but Undak will be taken down as well. Gangsky, he is still sitting out there. The Uzi can do the job. Will it or will it not? Yes, it does. Takes down 1 player as well. 2 players from CS Esports have been taken down, but Gangsky also goes down. It's a 2v2 brawl right now. Shotgun coming in from Zeus Esports' side and goes for one. Oh my god, that was impossible.
Yeah.
But that just happened out there.
That was a pretty tricky situation for Zeus to come out from, but they somehow make it happen. On the other side, NoMercy trying to find in that center compound. That could have been a good strategy had it been any other team other than Zeus. But Zeus actually made it a choke point for them. But on the other side, let's look at that. WMGxCloud up against Kuzle from the side of Exodus, and he has the M4 and the 3X in his hands. Did a lot of damage to one of the players, but the the heals are going to come in and he is going to be re-engaged upon. So he is right now looking for some cover to protect himself till the point his teammates actually get in there and they are there for the backup. They are trying to close the gap from the other direction. As you can see, one is actually charging in and Spider could actually be in trouble at any given moment. The high ground versus the compound, a debate as long as time. Which is going to come out on top in this one as Vortex. He's going to be spotted out, but Kuzle did not actually fire in that at that instant. Still waiting to have a more clear shot, a more accurate shot.
One more accurate shot and they can just take it out. Octus has been taken down on the other side by a grenade and Octus has been finished. I mean, Team Gravity, the team that was really strong right now, can be at a weak point because this team, they have 3 players. Sinisa is not out there right now. We'll have to see what happens. And SC, you can see WMGxCloud, the team that, and this is an interesting one. SC versus Exodus. They want to eliminate one or the other right now, and they are going to go for it. B1 just goes down as Spider was charging in. Spider was just taking the bullets out there, and he was just going for it. On the other hand, Team Gravity is like, guys, we spotted one of the players, but he is still not shooting. Now he does, and that has been taken down. I think, yes, Team Gravity has been eliminated. The first airdrop, ladies and gentlemen, has them to 4-9 with an 8-time scope, and is fairly inside the circle in the minimap. If you see, Empty is outside the circle as of now. Andromeda is outside the circle. Black is trying to get inside the circle. Other than that, each and every team is safe and sound. The first circle is slowly and steadily closing, and I think with that, Exodus is slowly and steadily just going away from the victory. As you can see, so many players have been taken down. Kusle is one of the lone survivors. Can he clutch it? It's going to be a big question.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be a big question for the team. Exodus, an amazing performance coming in the last game, but this time they are being collapsed upon from every single direction as Annie is going to be taken down, just surviving with like, I don't know, a magic pixel on him. But still, he is going to die at any given second now on the other side. And wait, is he actually going to run away? Is he actually going to make it? What is happening this time? Annie, if you do this, I swear he is going to be my favorite player if he actually survives that engagement. But the players from the side of WMGxCloud, they are on top of the mountain.
The great escape.
Yeah, this is going to be the greatest.
The greatest escape coming in. As you can see, Annie is still surviving with just 1 HP out there, and he's like, I should not make any movement right now. Has 75 right now for the banks, but did he run or did he just run? That was more than impressive to see.
It was impressive, it was hilarious, and I think it speaks a lot. If you want to get away, you can get away from any given situation.
And he's still looting out.
Yeah,
the players are on his top. It's just like, oh, wait, I just need to pick it up.
Yeah, I need something to get out of here, or at least just deliver it to the people who kill me. But right now, popping that energy drink, trying to get to 100%. But the good thing for him is that WMGxCloud, they are right on top of this cave entrance, and the other 2 players, Kusle, look at this. He is far off into the distance, so he can actually cover for his teammate. But is he going to be able to do that? As he takes a lot of damage, drops down to 10 health, being collapsed upon by the players who dropped Annie low. It is going to be GoodBoys and WMGxCloud. Nirzed, are you going to steal this kill? Is that actually going to happen with
now,
the 3x?
Kusle was Annie for a moment out there. He was like, no, wait, you can do it. I can do even better. But look at this. And Azad still trying to spot. They have the information that the play is just out there. And GoodBoys, they are moving in forward from the other direction. That can be really, really dangerous. Kusle can go down. One more shot. Will he take it? Yes, he does. The final bullet of Azad takes him down. But still, there is one thing. Will GoodBoys just steal the kill? Because the kill stealing can happen out in this one.
The kill stealing can happen, and GoodBoys, they did not care about Kusle. I don't know why. But now, they are going to be in trouble as Nirzed with that 3x and that M4. He is going to dish out a lot of damage, looking to finish off Kusle in at any given instant. But his attention is split up because shots being fired have given away the information to the side of GoodBoys as to where he exactly is, and he is going to be in trouble as well. So he needs to get out of here. He needs to make a rotation and get to a much safer position so that he can protect himself from the next opponents that are right in front of him. Talking about things in front, it's going to be the airdrop number 2 with the MK14, the 4x, and the military level armor, helmet, and the backpack coming in. And the circle once again makes a massive shift. Cam Bravo, Lakavi, Kompong, Query all in there, and teams coming in from the side of boot camp. So look at this. Zeus was in boot camp, and if we can have the minimap on our screens, Zeus has a really good position to gatekeep the side of Empty.
Yeah, and Zeus can just stay at that side because they will be at the edge of the circle, and that's going to be beneficial for them. But then talking about one thing out there, imagine the gas can just being out there, he's taking painkiller, and someone just blast off the gas can right next, and that's going to be something out there. I mean, I don't want someone to do that, but then if I was his teammate, I would have done that. And all right, Kusle has been taken down, so this just leaves Ani out here. Exodus, one of the best teams that just outperformed everyone in the first game, is at the world verge of extinction from the server in this game right now. Will that happen or will that not? He finds a buggy, but would he like to do the movement out there? Because if he'll be moving a solo player, everyone will see. First of all, everyone will hear the buggy sound. They'll be like, there are just 2 players in the buggy. That's one mind game. They'll just try to spray on. And when they see it's just 1 player, all 4 players are going to spray on this 1 player. And obviously, it will be difficult for him to, just what happened with MT Karnik in this one in the early stage. That is a similar thing that might happen out here. And he is moving to SwankyGaming side on the right hand side. So as of now, he'll be safe, but we'll have to see where does he just land up his buggy out on that area. And Undag has had some damage from MT's side, if I'm not wrong. And that is going to be something, as we was talking about, that MT will be gatekept by Zeus Esports. But I think MT is ready for a fight. And then talking about one team that is away from all the fights, that is going to be GoodFellows. They're in Paradise, uncontested. No one is around them right now because that is their drop location. And depending on the circle, no one's going to be out here. And look at this, Godless spots one and goes down once again. He's like, not today, I'll fight him later, no worries.
Yeah, so he spots out the players from the side of DreamxTeam right on the other side. But now, once again, Godless, we saw the kind of performance this guy can bring in. I mean, if you remember the last game, the last game of the group stages, Erangel 1 versus 3. That is nothing for this man, and he is not going to be scared of a 1 versus 4 as well, especially when his teammates are there with him for the cover. But another interesting, so Exodus, the only man remaining was Annie, did relocate himself towards the center of the map, where DreamxTeam and MYSTERIOUZ are already waiting for him. So he needs to be really, really careful as to how he makes his next move. Because being this close to the other 2 teams is going to be putting him at a disadvantage already. And with the airdrop coming in, he's going to be in so much trouble, as that is going to be a priority location. Talking about priority, kills are going to be the priority of the side of NoChanceTeam, as Godless and Chaos are going to finish 2 from the side of Dream.
Yeah, they just finished them. At an instant, they just knocked them and just finished them. 1 player has been just taken down properly. Yeah,
It was one.
He was knocked by 1 player and finished by the other. So that's one thing that has happened out there. And look at this, MT just moving forward right in front of Andromeda. Reed is out here. 1 grenade can just do the job. If not anything, it will just take the health out. A crucial amount of health it can just take him out. But I don't think so that MT Reed knows it, as MT Reed is just moving forward. Do they have the enough background? Now they do. And Tamim is also playing the same game. They are both playing the mind games with each other, as both are out there. Bugatti has been taken down. Now Abrar has the location. He has the information. 1 player from Andromeda. He was low on health. He will be revived. He'll be putting up full HP right now. He has had a first aid for himself. And Big Gun is ready for a fight. But empty. They just exit the stage right now, and that will be the 13th team to get eliminated. And Andromeda, they have to get inside the zone, but I don't think so it's going to be a trouble right now because they are fairly close. And Choconut gets that AUG, but gets shot as well from the back end. And Zeus has an MK, and he gets shot as well. MK not doing the damage, but the other player's M4 does in this one. It's going to just end it out for him. Manta is trying to spot the players, but the shots are on the ground as of now.
Yeah, just being a little too greedy for kills, for pickups from the airdrop is going to put a lot of players in a lot of trouble. In fact, and Black, they are not going to be happy about the fact that they just lost 1 of their best players. Zeus being taken out early is going to put this team at a disadvantage. But WMGxCloud, they are going to be in trouble as well, because now when they have to rotate, they will be coming up against Black in a matter of seconds. And I want to see, how did Choconut get out of that situation? They had Dream behind them. He was getting shot by another team from the back, and he still actually managed to make it. So good teammates actually help you get good cover.
Yeah, that is like one of the things that you can say about it. Like, good teammates, good friends give you good cover and all those things, because I hope they are friends in the game, outside the game. I hope so. I hope so. But then talking about the circle, if you want to see the minimap feed of the circle shift, we can tell you one thing. You can see this. Circle is centralized to Bhan, and that is where the next airdrop is arriving right now. DreamxTeam and NoChance, they are still at a safer spot. Other than that, Lord Dikesh has to travel inside the circle as of now. WMGxCloud has to travel. Black has to travel inside the circle, as Black is going for it, but they are taking the fights on the other end, and they have spotted the players. They are fighting the players. They are shooting the players, and that just, see, the clock is ticking on Enna's side. He needs a revive right now. If it does not get a revive on time, that obviously is gonna matter a lot from as now he gets a revive, he is being touched upon, and after this, obviously they have to rush in. They cannot waste any of the precious time, but that is not gonna happen as Black Hell's grenade, it just rains hellfire on them, but Spider is still surviving. Now Hell knows that one player has been taken out, but does he know that there is still one player standing?
Yeah, they should know that one guy should be there, but Vortex, where is he? How far away is he from his teammates? Okay, so 1 versus 3 situation, 2 versus 3 situation. I think the call has to be to split up and make sure that Vortex actually somehow manages to survive to the later stages of the game and still get his team a lot of crucial points for themselves. On the other side, I said this, I called this one a couple of minutes earlier, that Black, they are going to be waiting for the side of WMGxCloud. They did wait. They took out one, and I was about to say that where Spider was going on the revive for Nirzed, that was a risky situation. There's just one skinny tree in there. He's just standing behind it, reviving. One nade actually just did the trick. Talking about doing tricks, it's going to be NoChanceTeam being engaged upon by the side of GoodBoys, and they have already knocked out Choconut from this fight. So they will have a man advantage, but not for long, as DreamxTeam is going to come into this party, and it is going to be a 3-team party. No Chance Chaos takes down one. Can he take down Casper? And yes, he can. The health advantage works in his favor. MaxTeam is there as well. But for how long can he stand? Not for long, as GoodBoys will take an exit from this game, as DreamxTeam and NoChanceTeam come together for that one. Interesting. Really interesting.
Yeah, just for that one. But as of now, still the thing is the fights are not stopping out here. You can see the grenade still kicking in. SwankyGaming's key is still surviving out there. The grenade can actually take him down, but it was on the other side of the rock right now. 11 teams remaining, ladies and gentlemen. 33 players surviving, and the circle is about to hit. Where will the circle go? North, south, left, right, east, west. What is going to be the next direction of the circle is going to be one of the big questions. Or will it be centralized? It was slightly to the west end side, as GoodFellows will be still in the circle uncontested. They started from Paradise. They are still at the edge of the Paradise area, and they are inside the zone. One thing is that Mysterious can take a fight against Zeus Esports right now. Exactly, this thing might happen, as Zeus Esports has a good cover, but Mysterious has a house to themselves. If the circle goes to the other side, Zeus Esports will have to cross the road, and Mysterious, I don't think so they have any idea right now. That's why they are just going in, trying to find the center area. That is going to be the Bhan area, and they'll just sit there for a while, just relax there for a while, and wait for the next circle to shift maybe.
Yes, Zeus Esports, they are still right on the edge of the circle, exactly as you said. And DreamxTeam, LordNepal, they are coming in from behind. But look at this, WMGxCloud, SwankyGaming outside in the blue zone. And those two players actually start to fight this one out. That is going to be risky, Ocean, as this blue zone is going to do a lot of damage.
This is a blue zone fight as well for WMGxCloud as the players, as you can see now. 5 first aids can be popped up at any moment, can be used up, and DreamxTeam's Prince is still out there. MK14 just coming in, just commencing in out there. What's gonna happen? Lord Comrade is gonna be out there, but DreamxTeam's Prince, can this MK just do the damage? I think a low toss, no, a high toss grenade will be good out there in this area. Yeah, as a high toss grenade travels 63 meters, and that is one distance that can be needed. And Comrade, the grenade might be on him. The grenade might be on him, but he still survives because the tree was right in front of him. That was more than impressive. Spider still using the bandages, still going for the cover that he needs out there outside the circle. And on the other hand, SwankyGaming, now the circle is shifting. The circle is going to leave both of them out. And this is going to be the exact situation that Team Gravity had to face in Vikendi. Like, you can take the fight or not. That can just change everything. DreamxTeam's Mystic out there. The grenade cooking in, going out there. But I think Mystic has left the stage.
Yeah, Mystic, he has definitely left the stage, and DreamxTeam, they are prioritizing the rotation in towards the circle, because Mysterious actually right now, if we have the mini-map, Mysterious control the center. GoodFella, they are in a comfortable position. Look at this. GoodFellas, they are up north, so they are going to be pretty happy about the fact that no one is around them. On the other side, most of the teams are closing in from that southern trajectory, and that is going to be brutal for them. As we just saw, LordNepal, they were in trouble just by fighting DreamxTeam. DreamxTeam now have made their way on towards the edge of the circle, and they are going to turn around and fight it again, as Nikesh is going to be taken down. They are fighting two teams at one. Mystic takes down one of the players from the side of SwankyGaming as well, so they have to do this one. It is going to be a forced fight, but you need to be careful as well, as the other stronger teams are going to be in towards the center as well. And talking about the zones, look at this, another interesting thing. It's Zeus and Andromeda right next to each other, so that is also going to be an amazing fight. And this is area on the left side of Ban, it is literally going to be lit.
Yeah, I mean, literally, if Molotovs come into the equation, it's going to be lit out there. But then Zeus Esports Killer is still at the outer edge. Now, Bhan is going to be out there, a good area to just survive and strive out there. But then Andromeda and Zeus Esports, they still have to get inside the circle for the next zone because 30 more seconds. Comrade has been taken on by Dream Team Sprints and he will be finished off. And LordNepal lose one more out in this one. But the major factor is going to be that circle shift. If you're going to be taking fights outside the circle for the next 15 seconds, you are going to be damaged by both the players' guns and your circle damage as well. That's going to be one thing. Godless takes down LordNepal's one more player, so that's going to just put them in a bad situation. Tamim takes down Kazan and will just finish Kazan out in this one. So Andromeda has started a fight, but what are they going to prefer?
Ooh.
What are they going to prioritize? Will it be the zone or will it be the bullets out there? That's going to be one of the questions. Mysterious, now they'll be contested by either of the ways because they have GoodFellows on one side, Zeus Esports on the other side once they get inside the zone, and so will be Andromeda on the other side if they get inside the zone. So for now, Mysterious will just have to stay in this area, and Godless still trying to find some players with that AUG and 3 times go up. He finds one, but then can he steal the kill? Can he steal Andromeda Tamim's kill as Black Manta was taken out? He does not steal the kill. Tamim is on a kills domination right now, has 3 kills, but Godless getting shot from the other side will be safe for now. That was more than impressive, but the play zone is coming into the equation, takes down one. If one more goes down, I think Team Black might just exit out of this one.
Team Black is going to be in trouble, and as you say that, Ocean, it is the caster's curse kicking in. Black is going to take an exit. WMGxCloud, they take an exit from this game as well. And Andromeda, they are sitting at an advantage. They close in towards the blue zone, but they're going to be caught out by the man, the myth, the legend called Godless. Can he actually connect the shots with the AUG in his hand? And he actually does, gets 1 kill. That long-range 3x spray coming into the party. And Ragnar, he's going to be the next man in trouble, but runs out behind the ridge right in the nick of time. So he's going to survive. But on the other side, Mysterious Zaku with that M4, the shots being fired on the players from the side of Dream Team. And as we were talking about the side of Mysterious, they are controlling that one compound. It was in the circle a few seconds ago, but now it's out of it. So they need to rotate. They need to abandon this safe haven of theirs, and they need to make their way in towards the next circle. It is going to be pretty interesting because now they have to climb over down to the mountain, and this is going to be a valley fight.
4 players from GoodFellows remaining out there. 4 from Mysterious. Dream Team has 3. No Chance has 3. Andromeda has 3. And Zeus is surviving with 2 players out there. Mysterious Zaku is going for the spray on Dream Team, but is still failing to connect it on 1 player. And one thing, it's not AUG now. It's AU Godless. That's what it was, because Godless was actually using it in one of the best ways. Look at that. AUG once again coming into the equation as Godless goes for his botting. Has spotted some players, but will he shoot or will he not? He goes for the shot. Sake is about to take down one, but the circle was out there, and on just 20 HP, the other player just takes it down. Onyx is surviving out there. Explorer is surviving out there. Grimmy is still outside the zone right now, taking the fight. Jibotnik needs a revive, but will he get it? That's going to be one of the questions. But out there, look at this. Swordko moving in. Swordko takes down one. The zone damage still coming out there, and killer from Zeus Esports also goes down. That's going to be the exit of Zeus Esports. 3 teams remaining, 9 players remaining in this area. Mysterious has gone on the 6th position, and GoodFellows exit on the 4th. 3 teams, no chance. Dream Team, Andromeda remaining. Andromeda with 1 player. Dream Team with 2 surviving. 1 knocked out with the 2nd knock as well. That is going to be a bad one out there, as Dream Team, 1 player needs a revive. Godless still surviving. AUG has 7 kills in the bank. 8 for the team. He has 7 for himself with the players surviving. Incredible gameplay, but will it be for long? Because they have to move inside the circle, and no team so far is in the zone right now.
Yeah, no team is in the zone. This is going to be a spawn point fight, literally for everyone. A spawn kill could come in the end of the game. But now, NOChanceTeam, they had a bad game in the first one. In Erangel, Prince, he can be got out of position. He's quite far in the open, and NOChanceTeam is going to take advantage of that situation. Prince trying to rotate in towards the circle. But the Dream Team, it's going to be caught off by the one man surviving for the side of Andromeda. Ragnar, he's taking damage from the blue zone as well. He needs to step in. He needs to prone in now. Otherwise, that's just going to be him dying for no reason. And he does. He's going to be caught out by NOChanceTeam Chaos. And they get that kill for themselves. Down to the top 2 teams. Who's going to come out and up? Mystic spots out a couple of players. But is he going to get the kills for them? Godless, quite low. Still runs and down the mountain. Mystic goes for the heal battle. Can he come out? I don't think so. He's going to die. And NOChanceTeam, they get the chicken dinner on Sanhok. What an amazing game coming in. 9 kills. Oh boy.
9 kills for this guy. I mean, 9 kills sometimes happen with the team, and this guy with his AUG, I'm telling you, change the name of AUG to AU Godless, and the guy is just out there because he was spraying the bullets in a way, and this was just a beautiful thing to watch. You get AUG, you just have it in you, and you take down players in all the directions, taking the fights outside the circle, taking the fights inside the circle. And if we have to talk about MVP, I think we know who it is.
I mean, yeah, we definitely know who it is, and I think you and I, should we do a drum roll? It's gonna be
AU Godless. AU Godless. You say
Wait,
AU
Godless. Okay.
AUG, AU Godless.
Can we have a redo? I don't think
Please.
so.
All right. So 9.
Okay.
Let's go for a redo out
Okay.
there.
Okay.
And
so let's crash this. This never happened.
yeah,
Okay.
this never happened.
Who's gonna be the MVP?
Edit this out there.
Who's gonna be the MVP? Let's have a drum roll.
AU Godless!
AU Godless! Yes, it is AU Godless. 9 kills, 911 damage, 2.8 kilometers traveled.
Yeah, 2.8 kilometers. Like the distance is low, but still the survival time is high, and that just copes up for it.
Yeah.
And that was amazing. Like 9 kills, 911 damage out there for this guy.
A lot of damage coming in. 24-minute survival time. So a pretty interesting stats from the man. And as you said earlier, 9 kills on one man is impressive because sometimes that's the number of kills that an entire team gets. That happened in the last game. One team got the chicken dinner, 5 kills.
I mean, how do you beat that one? And the second thing is, how just you go for it? We know Godless is out there with 9 kills. Let's see where the other players are standing, because the other players from 9 to 5, that's just a drastic drop out there. 846 damage for Prince from Dream Team. AM, Tamim, Andromeda just coming into the equation. 3 kills. Ragnar again, and Dream Team's Mystic out. Like Dream Team, they had good amount of fight in them. They came out second out in this one. And Andromeda was third in this one. GoodFellows were fourth, but then GoodFellows lacked one thing, that was fight because of the rotations. They started from Paradise. They had to get inside the circle. There was no one to fight with them or against them or for them or things like that, so they did not get any fight as such. But then no chance Godless. He got each and every fight, was wiping squads by squads by squads. Interesting.
And another interesting thing, Zeus, they every single time they were trying to go for the gatekeeping strategy, they were sitting right on the edge of the circles, and that is the thing that got them killed. So you need to be careful about those one as well. But this one, let's have a look at the standings for this game and see how they
is
are.
back
Yeah,
out
11 was there in the last game as well. There was a team on the third position with 0 kills as well. So I was missing you a lot, man.
Alright, no worries, you have me now. Let's talk about that after the games. No chances out there with the first position. Dream Team with the second. Andromeda with the third. Esports is out there with the fourth position. 12 points for them. Goodfellows on the fifth. WMGxCloud on the sixth. Mysterious on the seventh. BlackTeamMGL was out there on the eighth position. Moving on, if we look for the teams that could not make an impact, because we are gonna see some good and big names. SwankyGaming was on the ninth. LordNepal was on the 10th. Team Gravity, they started good fights. They had good things in them, but then they just dropped down. And Exodus out there on the 12th in this one.
Yeah, Exodus, the team that got the first position in the last game. They did not get a chicken dinner, but they had a lot of kills for themselves, and that's why they got a lot of points from the last game. But this game, it was an early exit, just 2 points coming in for them. And GoodBoys on the 13th position with 2 points as well. NoMercy on the 14th with 2 points. And last is going to be MT sitting on the 15th position with just 1 point.
Yeah, they got that placement point out there, and they were just taken out. So that was kind of a bad thing for the team in itself, because each and every team, the ones that have qualified, they have that caliber thing in them. They have that thing that just that just says that we were ready to take those fights. We have taken those fights beforehand. MT, you remember, Reed had an interesting 1v3 situation in themselves when they played those qualifier matches. So they have done all those things. But it just still, cuts down short. And I would like to see as soon, like whenever we see overall standings, that how good or bad the teams are doing right now. Because, the chances of these things are, the first games for something like Exodus had a really good thing.
Yeah.
But will they be staying on the top or not? Or will, because WMGxCloud, they still had a better game as compared to them. So where does it take all of those things in the plus and the minuses? So let's just have a look at the overall standings as we were talking about it. And NoChanceTeam is is having a huge boost out there on the first position for themselves.
Yeah, a huge boost coming in. They did not have that good of a time in the last game, but still a pretty good standing from there on out. 43 points right now. BlackTeamMGL, they are going to drop down to the second position. Exodus, they are going to be third. DreamxTeam on the fourth position. Gravity is going to be fifth. Andromeda on the sixth right now. WMGxCloud on the seventh one. And GoodFellows, they are going to be eighth. So the difference in the points within the top 8 itself, 43 to 16, that is pretty big.
Yeah, that is truly big out there. And moving on, if we have to see, NoMercy was out there on the 9th position. eSports has had a decent jump out in this one. They are on the 10th. Swanky, they have dropped to 11 right now. Mysterious is on the 12th. LordNepal is out there on the 13th position. MT is going to be on the 14th. GoodBoys are ending this one on the 15th with 3 points for them. So like GoodBoys also started good fight in the game out there. MT has dropped a bit. This was because just 1 point in the previous game. In the first game also they got 2 points. So the thing is, some teams have the fight in themselves. Some teams are going for it. We know, as you and I know.
Yeah.
On the very first day, LordNepal was the first team to have a chicken dinner.
Exactly. They were the first team to have a chicken dinner. On that day, their performance was actually pretty good. But from there on out, I think they are the only team that we have witnessed that over time in the group stages or in any stage of PMCO 2020 Spring Split, at any stage a team that exited the top 8.
Yeah,
a team that got a chicken dinner on the first day. Because other than that, did Bablu ever go second?
No, never, never.
So yeah, things like that are happening, and teams usually, the teams that are getting good performances on the first day, like staying in the top 4, it's really hard to kick them out of the top 8. But this time, it is not going to be, games are not going to be played to be in the top 8, they're just going to be played to be in the top 16, as top 16 teams will move on towards the final. And the next game is going to be played on Vikendi, but that is going to happen after a short break. So we'll be right back. You guys just stay tuned and keep watching. Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to PMCO 2020 Spring Split Wildcard Region Group Stages. My name is Varun Super Johnny John, being joined on the desk by Ocean Sharma again, and we are about to head into the third game that's going to be played on Vikendi, a map that this guy hates.
I don't hate it. I just don't like it. I mean, yeah, you can have it either way for me. But the fact is, I mean, Vikendi has that unpredictability factor. It has that probabilitical factor. Like there's probability, not the match probability. There's a probability of like for where the circle is gonna shift, which trajectory is the circle gonna be taking. Will the circle be on your plane path, or will it be on the other path or anything? So all those things just come into the equation, and there should be a quick decision taking capability with the IGL, with the filters in their mind, that will the circle be on us, and if it is not, at what moment we should be moving. Like this, it's not a survey or something, but there is a thing that mostly players use. If you are not in the circle, 3 minutes is the maximum time that you jump down, you loot, and after 3 minutes, it's the first rotation that you should be giving, because 5 minutes is for the circle to come in. So that thing should be happening. But then moving on, let's just have a look at the top 5 damage dealers overall for the first and the second game, and Godless, obviously.
Yeah, Godless, the man is a god. I don't know why he calls himself Godless. Yeah, maybe because he is the god. So
he is the god.
That might be logic behind his name, but he does amazing wonders with any given weapon in his hands. 1434 damage on him. Second position being taken by DreamxTeam Sprints, 1159 damage. Team Gravity Sabo is going to be on the third with 1088 damage on him. And Exodus B1 is going to be on the fourth position, 1005 damage. And Exodus Kusle is going to be the first man to have damage under 1000 on the fifth position, 889.
Yeah, as of now, so he is the only person. But then obviously, Exodus, we have seen the fight in them in the previous game as well. The first game was really good for them, so they kind of dropped down from them. But I think because Vikendi is unprobabilistic for some players out there, for us as well, this might be their game as well. You never know what changes a game can keep up for you, because pre-game we cannot judge which team is gonna win by by how many kills, and so does the team. The teams don't know that what will be their performance. But at the end of the game, at the end of those 30 crucial minutes, a team just tops up. They just come out with all the ups and bads, the downs and the ups out there. So we will be jumping right into the game, ladies and gentlemen, and this is your plane path, as you can see, from Zababa to Kentra, Coal Mine, Cosmodrome. I mean, you hate Cosmodrome, right?
Yeah. I don't hate it. I'm just bored of the fact that a lot of times the circles are there.
No worries.
But it's not interesting anymore.
Mount Kresnik, Perth, Vostos, Cement Factory, Castle. Let's hope if a circle just ends up in Castle. Villa can be out there. Tynerbug, if you want to go, you can go. Volnova can be a good place. If you just want to drop down to that area and just sit on that area and be like, all right, let's just go for the rotations, because Volnova sometimes seems like a good area. And GoodFellows, GoodBoys, having early drops, port areas, Krichas areas, they like to go to those areas. Exodus Kusle alongside Exodus just moving in. Empties Reed, you can see Finn, you can see, and Zeus Esports. I think Zeus is going to go to Villa. There's one thing about Zeus I just like. They drop on the prime locations, boot camp, Villa. The prime big names is where they just drop, and they just stay, and 50% land and 50% water. Welcome to Vikendi.
Yeah, welcome to Vikendi indeed. And so the way the first 3 games have been, a lot of water circles coming in the initial stages. But as we know, Vikendi, this is Vikendi, so by the time the third circle comes in, even then it's going to be a water circle. On the other side, makes the game a lot more interesting, because the teams, a cluster of the teams are heading towards that western part of the map. On the other side, the circle is on the other direction.
We can think that the zone will leave Cosmodrome, right? Because the players have already.
Hopefully it leaves Cosmodrome, because as you said, the players have already left it. No one is there, and a lot of a big cluster towards the cement factory side.
Look at this, NoMercy kill where he just landed. There was Black Hell as well, but Black Hell had to go out because Kill, and he was in the same house, and he just ran away, and Kill is still taking that ninja TPP. You can see like he is looking like a ninja out there, sitting and taking a TPP. And NoMercy's Hazy was out there. Black is gonna go and meet his players, but Hazy will be the one surviving out in this one. Cement factory is gonna be Hazy's, or will it gonna be Black's, as they will be looking ready for a fight. Gangxi was moving in forward, as I saw, and Zeus just took him down. We could not see more of him, as he will be wiped out. But Hazy was going for the cover fires, but that won't be enough, I think, because if you're destined to finish them, you will, and he just did.
And that was an easy finish, but now Hazy's coming from the behind, has the G36A in his hands. Is this gonna be the end of Black Zeus yet again? But on the other side, Exodus, they are going ham as Sata from the side of GoodBoys is gonna be taken down without any extra effort. Just getting caught out in the open from the cover to cover rotation, from a building to building rotation by Exodus players, and an easy finish coming in. So we were talking about this as well. Vikendi, early games are a little bit slow paced, as we used to say, but not this time.
Yeah, not this time. Now, no more surprises. Might be the case out there. But then the thing that's gonna change out in this one is SwankyGaming is still at the center of the circle. The center of the circle that has water as well. So it might change, might not change. If the circle goes to Peshkova, I think they'll be having a good area, good time for themselves. But then, if you remember in the previous game, the circle was around Paradise Resort and GoodFellows did not get a fight. That might be the case with SwankyGaming right now, because if they just sit at one area, I mean, teams might come to them, but the fights might not, as teams might rotate to other areas as well. And talking about the teams that are at the longest from the circle, it's going to be Mysterious out there. As you can see, they are on the far other side of the zone. GoodBoys is going to be there, Exodus is going to be there. GoodFellows, obviously, they can come from the northern side of the rotation. They don't need to worry about anything. And WMGxCloud on the southern side, winery area. Once they go, they can fight with the Team Gravity and obviously LordNepal as well.
Yeah, that can be an interesting fight, but they need to be careful as well, because Hot Springs also a lot of cover available to all the teams that are in there. And if you're trying to fight from the outsides, you are going to be at a disadvantage, because look at this. The only point to engage on Hot Springs is from the northern side. And that is going to be an open downslope fight that you're going to have to fight towards people inside the cover. So you're going to be quite out in the open. You're going to be spotted out quite easily. On the other hand, the other team will have the advantage that they can dodge out damage. And Ocean, it's happening. It's happening now. Someone might actually go into castle. The prince is wrapping around the location. I hope he goes in, because over the time that you and I have been casting this PMCO, I don't think we have ever seen a team step foot in that location. In that building,
I mean, it is finally happening, ladies and gentlemen, but
he's still not in.
Yeah, he's still not in the castle. Like, he needs to open the gates of the castle to get inside the castle. He's just sitting out there for now. And Mysterious on your screens, ladies and gentlemen, they were out in the Dobromesto area. All right, so do you know a fun fact? This thing that you're seeing, the sculpture.
Yeah.
There are two sculptures. One is in Dobromesto and the second one is in Miramar.
Oh.
The same sculpture.
But why is it there? Is it just a warehouse they could not finish?
Oof. I don't know. But it's a thing. There's a sculpture in Miramar, and then there's a sculpture in Vikendi. So there are these two sculptures that, I don't know, it's just present out there. So I mean, it just looks good. I think so.
Yeah, it definitely looks good from the view that we just had, the drone shot that was there. But talking about things looking good, I think another thing that looks good is going to be Godless wiping an entire squad right in front of our eyes, as NoMercy is going to be spotted, or they have spotted Godless, to be more precise, because the man was isolated after all. And if he actually goes for this fight right now, it is going to be pretty incredible, because this is going to be the second time in this PMCO 2020 for the wildcard region that we will see this man go for a 1v3. But can he be 2-0 in 1v3s? Because the first time,
I think
he destroyed Wolf Squad all alone.
Yeah, but I think NoMercy is already scared. They're like, let's just go. We don't want to fight this guy right now. Not right now. And definitely not after this guy has an AUG that might come in a drop or something. But as of now, we'll have to see what happens for the fights. And NoChance's Chaos is out here in the area, as you can see. But like, they are in Podvosto right now, and NoMercy was also moving towards this area, going far away from Godless. I mean, Godless can be the reason of demise of those players. I mean, they were running away, but then they might encourage now, because Godless has all his backup with him.
Yeah.
They have all 4 players. So now if NoMercy actually takes up a fight, I think they'll be standing no chance. I'm coming with good ones today, right?
You are coming with good ones. I mean, you have to, because we had a break of a day,
Yeah. And in that I was just writing
yeah,
good jokes.
Time well utilized, writing really good bad jokes.
Really good bad jokes.
Yeah.
Cool. Black Manta on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, is trying to be a snake right now in Vikendi's area. He has Dream Team right in front of him, so he will have to be a snake for now. Just wait until the backup arrives from Team Black MGL. Fury is going to go on a rotation, if I'm not wrong, and Black Hell is also on a rotation right now. And Sengi, he has that M24. We'll have to see. Will the heads be popped? Because they are just trying to see right now where the players are. 3 bullets become 5 with the reload out here. So those 5 bullets, if even 4 of them land on 4 different persons' heads, I think we can see a squad wipe out there. Manta just takes on Dream Sengi. Yes, eliminate the sniper, and you don't need to worry about the long-range combats, and the smokes are popping him to give up a revive to the guy. But for now, I think it's going to be a bit difficult. And on the other hand, what's going to be is that SwankyGaming is starting a fight with MT right now. They were safer in the location. They were in the middle of the circle. MT wanted to contest it, and MT is out here for the fight. Bugatti, the grenade was on him, but still, it just missed its mark. Finn, Reed, and Kanik in one house, and Bugatti on the other one. Can that guy, which is on the other side, be the reason of the demise of SwankyGaming?
Yeah, can he be the reason? And I think on the other side, Zeus is going to be the reason that Team's Negroni is not going to be in this game anymore. As the nade came in, took him down. Oh no, Fury is going to be taken down. Was running out with the Uzi in his hand, and Zeus is doing the same. The players from the side of Dream Team, they have the cover. Zeus needs to be careful. One of the players from the side of Dream Team has been knocked out. Goes for the peek, goes for the shots, but they do not connect. Black Manta in the distance with the G3060 and the 3X. Mythic right behind that outer wall. He is going to be able to protect his teammates, but now the smoke is being thrown by Black Manta. Is going to be able to create some cover, some help for the rotation towards his teammate, as Fury and Zeus, they have been knocked down. They can be finished off at any given moment, and you do not want that if you are Team Black. You do not want to lose 2 players this early on. And Black Hell, he is trying to find a way to get towards Zeus, but Zeus is going to be finished off by Mystic, and that is just going to spell trouble for the team. Hell, he has a UMP in his hands right now, but on the other side, you see the cars coming in, and it is going to be Team Gravity. The third party could happen, and both these teams are going to be in so much trouble. But Team Gravity, did they just drive out of here?
Did they just drive out? I don't think so, as Manta has been taken down by Sebo, and easy finish coming out. Hell will be the last player out if it does not give a revive on time, and SKG taking up their fight against MT, and they seems like they are winning this one, as numbers advantage has come in their favor. AKM out in the hands of Kumaga, but will that actually come into the equation, as other players are ready for a fight? The TPPs, the top TPPs, the side TPPs, everything just coming in, and we'll have to see what happens out in that one. And look at this, Black has been taken down, and Mystic has been taken down as well. Black Fury, there he goes, and that is a squad wipe for you, ladies and gentlemen. And Negroni with just 10 HP, just surviving, just actually took out that fight. Now coming back to this one, the numbers advantage was out there, but then Bugatti, he has to come in, otherwise Kanek will go down in that particular area, and no one will be able to revive. If players will charge in, I think it will be after they make a crate for Kanek. He's really close to the players.
The numbers advantage was here as well, and a couple of seconds earlier, one of the players from the side of GoodBoys was here as well, who was taken by the Kumaga. So I don't know what was happening over there, but that was also an interesting situation that just happened a couple of seconds earlier. But now, another interesting thing, Bugatti with that Car 98 in his hand was looking to spot out ahead of his opponent, but the timing was just not there. But look at this, it is AUG coming in. Could we have AU Godless again on Vikendi? That is going to be incredible.
Yeah, that guy, he can wreak havoc with AUG in his hands. We know that for sure now. He was made for this gun, and the gun was made for him. Look at the circle, ladies and gentlemen. It's still 80% land and 20% water out there, and the AUG is out in the water area. And WMGxCloud, I think they are taking fight with Dream Mystic, and Dream Team's Mystic has been taken down as Moda was taking the fight out there. And Kumaga, he is going to be boosting up. He has seen Bugatti out there. He has the information. Bugatti must be knowing his location as well. Yes, they know each other's location now for sure. AKM goes on a reload. Bugatti wants to charge in. He wants to move in. Will the movement happen out in this one? Yes, I think so. Bugatti will be having a good chance from the other side. But I think because Leo has been taken on, Bugatti is moving in, and Bugatti wants to go for it, as Kumaga is trying to go for the jump shot. He has almost taken down one from the outside. Bugatti goes down, but he also goes down in that fight. Leo is still trying to survive, as Key and Ghost are going to be out there. Kumaga, can he get a revive or not? Look at Karnik. Karnik can spot one guy, does the crucial initial damage out there. 40 bullets in that G36C, but obviously Uzi is gonna be taking a fight in that one. What was happening out in that one? That was just interesting, and Bugatti has bitten the dust out in this one.
Yes, SwankyGaming, the support came in exactly when the players needed it. And Giski, can he catch someone off guard? Yes, he does, but takes a lot of damage instead. The Uzi, the aim with the submachine gun, just not making contact with his opponents as he wanted to. When he is gonna get charged upon next by the side of Leo, has his teammate there for the cover as well. So two people will be shooting one guy, and that one guy, can he survive this one? Finn takes a lot of damage, drops down to 20%, but the second one goes in, and Leo is gonna be dropped down. Finn goes down as well. Rite, he's back up on his feet, and SwankyGaming clutch this one out for themselves. But there is trouble as Team Gravity, they do not wait, they just charge in. Mysterious, I think they are coming in as well. This is not going to be a third party, this is going to be the third party being third party, in fact.
This is just like Inception out there. And we'll have to see which team comes out real. As the Mysterious grenade hits Sebo, they are looking good for a fight right now. Zaku has put up one more grenade, but he would like to charge in and move in from the other direction. The other direction for himself out there. Sebo needs a revive. A Molotov has kicked in, and Molotovs are coming into the equation. Just look at this. The circle shift is also happening. The second circle, 13 minutes and almost 30 seconds into the game, but out there goes down. Mysterious taking fight with two different teams. Now they have understood, as they actually took down Team Gravity's player and they took down SwankyGaming's player. They'll have to calculate each and every move. I think they know where the players are. They know each and every compound out there. Sinister is back in this game right now. Can he utilize himself in this one, as he will be taking fights against three different teams out in the fight for his team to survive, fight for the other two teams to just, eliminate them. As you can see, Octus is really close to the players of SwankyGaming. That one player, he has that capabilities of doing a 1v3, 1v4s, but will he go for it? I think he wants to, and if he does, that's going to be something. But Molotov kicks in from Zaku. It is not going to hit anyone, but the snow is burning out there.
Yeah, Octus, I think he is in one of the most interesting positions, because if he oversteps or if he overpeaks the players from the side of SwankyGaming, he's going to be spotted out with the players from the side of Mysterious, and that is going to be, then he's going to be in trouble. Sinister was on the outside, has rotated in now, but they need to be careful as well, Team Gravity, because after they are done with SwankyGaming, this three-player squad that is still surviving somehow, after they are done with them, they are gonna get charged upon by Mysterious. So they need to make sure that they take this fight with bare minimum damage. But Kumagia, he's going to spot out Octus on the right hand side, and the damage is going to be the knock coming in is going to make sure that SwankyGaming, they are in a comfortable situation. But can they be when Mysterious charge in? Kumagia, amazing position, amazing aim, is going to knock down one of the players from the side of Mysterious, and he's surviving with Magic Pixel. Uzi in hand, can he make something happen? But the heal needs to come in now, otherwise he's going to be killed off.
Oh my god, look, did you guys just look at that HP? There was no HP out there at that moment. That was something, but then the fight just still once again comes into that standoff situation. But Leo is one of the lone survivors out in this one. Can he? And look at that, Zeus Esports is marking their way as well in this one. What is happening in this house? This house is for a sale of a chicken dinner right now. Which team is gonna go and buy it out? That's gonna be one of the questions. And look at that, Leo is really close to Sebo. Sebo is just out there, and Leo is going to be out there. Akaisu getting shot at from behind. I think Zeus Esports is ready for a fight, and one of the players, yes, Undak from Zeo goes for it, takes down Sinister. This is looking really good out there, and Mysterious, if they can just change their situation and they go for a run, I think that can be a really safe strategy, because out of this area, if I'm not wrong, just one or two players are going to survive. Each and every player is going to bite the dust. As you can see, TLG115 is just sitting out there. Kazan is trying to take him out. The Uzi does some damage, and he will be taken out by two players. And the fights are on. Which one is killing which one? No one knows it, but you're going to see a kill feed just dancing out in this one. Team Gravity is still inside the house. Killa is in the house in a good position right now. But Kazan, Abely, and Undak, they have a hold of the house. SwankyGaming gets eliminated on the 13th as TG Saber just charges in on him, and the fight is back to three teams out there. But Mysterious, they were running away. They were and Kazan is not letting them, as he is still dropping down the players. And Hakaizu has been dropped down as well by Killa with a grenade. What is happening as the fights are still happening? And on the other side, Andromeda is taking a fight with Dream Team. Hakaizu has been finished out in this one, and so is Abrar on the verge, and he will be finished as we're going to be talking about it.
Yeah, Ably was looking to spot one of the players from the side of TEG, but can he do that as Sabo? I think he was spotted out, and Undak, he charges in, drops down Noctis. Players from the side of Zeus just running after each other are gonna make sure that Team Gravity has no chance of coming out of this one alive, and Sabo is just gonna run for his life. The smoke in front of Ably actually saves him, but Killer, he is outside already. Kaysen is there as well, and Sabo, he's gonna be taken down. Why? Like, he was forced to run for his life, and then they just finish him off. It was like they were playing with their food over there. 5 kills for this team.
Yeah, and they got all 5 here only.
Yeah.
All 5 kills just arriving here in this area. That was more than impressive to see out in this one.
But yeah, GoodFellows, I think, do you think they will go in that compound
They
now?
are thinking now. Now they are thinking, should we or should we not? We'll scope in, we'll see, we'll tilt ahead, we'll see, and no, we're not. that's like one of the things, because GoodFellows have had a bad second game.
Yeah.
So they need to capitalize out of this one. If not kills, they should go for position points. And the 4th circle is out here on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. The 4th circle actually has all the teams out in this one except GoodBoys and Exodus. Other than that, each and every team will be in the circle, will be looking for a fight. So we'll have to see if the team, just goes for it. And look at this. So this, if you guys don't know, this is a secret cave of Podvosto.
Yeah.
You need to smash a car to the hilly area to actually enter this cave. Otherwise, this cave is totally hidden.
And on the exit as well, it is a big choke point.
And this cave has airdrop loot already available out there. So this is the area where airdrops are made. You could see those containers, the airdrop containers. So this is the area where airdrops are made, and this cave actually has 2 or 3 airdrop guns within itself. So that's like one of the things. And no, I think Godless would have gone there to see if he gets an AUG.
No. If he gets an AU Godless.
AU Godless.
If he gets an AU Godless, and if he actually gets his hand on that gun, it is going to be trouble for all the teams in the game, all the 10 teams that are in there. Zeus Esports right now have the most kills on them, 5 kills recovered in that just one compound that they are controlling right now, and that has been the place where third parties come in. But look at this, airdrop number 4, the AU Godless coming in with 8x, the military vest, the military helmet, and the level 3 backpack. So this, once again, is going to be an interesting position, because this one is close to the center of the map, and if you actually manage to recover this one, that can put you at a good advantage. But now, NOChanceTeam, Godless, and the lads, they are closing in from that western side of the circle. On the other side, NoMercy, they are going to be in trouble as well, because as we saw a little while earlier, the compound that is in control of the players from the side of Zeus, it is that place that teams are third-partying, and when Zeus starts to move in, they are going to be extra careful, because they know exactly what went down over there.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be like one of the things. Like, you'll have to be careful with all your steps, all your movements that you have to give out in this one. So that's going to be one of the things. And look at this. Zeus Esports ably, he's just charging in forward, just moving in forward, because that's like one of the things that he wants to do. He is not phased by anything. Obviously, this house does not have anyone. But imagine if there was someone camping out there.
Yeah.
I think they would have taken them, as well as so many vehicles are just barging in so that they can have a cover for the final zone. We'll have to see where the final zone goes. But right now, the 5th circle is going to be ending, and that will give a start to the 6th circle on the screen. As you can see, GoodFellows are still inside the circle. Exodus and GoodBoys will have to get inside the circle a bit, and Lord is the second team that is properly inside the circle. Other than that, Andromeda and WMGxCloud have to move a lot of distance alongside the No Chance as well. Other than that, all the teams are kind of at a fairer distance from the circle. The play zone takes down one as well right now.
Yeah, the play zone is always one of the most brutal things about the game, especially at this point, wherein it actually does a lot of damage. But talking about the circle, where it exactly is, Peshkova compounds are going to be the only places where you can hide for a little bit, but there are these open spaces as well. Talking about open spaces, the right side of the circle is going to be pretty much open, so the ridges are going to be putting you at an advantage. You need to be careful how you take this fight, and the play zone is going to get another one. Exodus, they are in a lot of trouble. The slow rotation for them just did not work out. out. The one player is going to be taken down, but Spider, he is going to be in so much trouble now. The player from the side of Lord, they are going to start shooting at him at any given moment, but Nikesh gets shot at in return, takes a lot of damage. Mysterious, Kuzle, that spray connecting with that M4.
Impressive spray just came out in that one, and that was a thing of beauty out what we just saw. Exodus Ani has taken on Master Zago as well. So Mysterious two players, they kind of have lost those two players, and Shotko will be finished out as we are talking right now. One more bullet, and yes, that is the end of this guy out in this one. So Exodus, they have 3 kills for now. They've lost 1 player, and Khusle is kind of on a spree right now. They have 3 kills, all 3 by this one guy only. Like he just took the kills in his hands. Lord Comrade on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. So LordNepal has all 4 players surviving, all 4 players just sitting out there, and Undark from eSports takedown, 1 from Andromeda. So Andromeda is in the fighting equation, but Zeus Esports seems like they are winning. And if they just go for it, I think they can win the game. So this is one thing. GoodBoy Shaq is the lone survivor, so he has to play extra passive to find those placement points for his team. And that is what this guy is doing. And NoMercy. So Undak is fighting with two teams, different teams. How is that even possible by this guy?
Yeah, that is actually pretty impressive. But talking about things being impressive, look, the man is still on it. Goes towards one direction, gets the information about what is happening over there, and spots out the other. The Car 98 cannon dish out the damage on the players from the side of Andromeda. He waits too long to fire the shots. And look at this. The way the players from the side of Zeus have positioned themselves, that was supposed to give them an advantage, because NoMercy, they were in the blue zone taking the damage, but Killer is going to be knocked down, and Kazin is going to return the favor as Kill is going to be taken down, and he is going to be finished off as well. Only 1 player remaining. Shred 2K, can you survive? No, he cannot. He is going to be taken down by Kazin. You knocked down one of my teammates. I will finish you. I won't knock you down.
The best thing was, if he had not fired the bullet at the right time, the guy would have been taken down by the play. So that was one crucial point that would have been left out there. And that is one thing that just took. And oh my god, M249. This gun, if someone has it, we know what this gun can do. There's no need of this gun does not need any introduction, and it's going to be an impressive one. WMGxCloud is in the close proximity of this gun right now, and look at this. No chance. The team that has had wonders in the first game, both the snipers just trying to look Choconut and Undak just trying to spot the heads out there. And one thing, if Undak just gets one shot at his head, his helmet is done for. Be it even an Uzi shot, his helmet will be taken down. So he needs to be extra, he needs to care extra about his head right now. He should not be going for long range peaks and all those things. Choconut still trying to spot the players out there from ZS Esports, but kind of surviving right now as of now. But how long can they just survive? Because Circle has had a southward shift as of now. We'll have to see which teams, just make the best use of this zone as of now.
Yeah, and NOChanceTeam, they have been cornered into a bad situation by the players from the side of Zeus. One, Usuku, he was knocked down, but the heal is going to come in, and NOChanceTeam, they have to be careful. They can rotate out from the back and go for the longer wraparound, a spiral sort of a trajectory in towards the circle. But look at this, on the minimap, Mysterious Shadow, he's going to be in trouble, and Exodus, they are trying to fight out in the open up against WMGxCloud. That is going to be an invisible. They somehow get cover for themselves. 1 player has been taken out. 2 still standing. 2 versus 4 situation. Can Annie and Kuzle take this one? 1 good nade can change the entire thing, since the players from the side of WMGxCloud, they are quite close. Spider throwing that Molotov. Just misses the mark. Lands right in front of him. Kuzle, he's going to smoke up the cars so he can try and find a rotation through there as well. And he has gone for the longer wraparound on this sort of a small cliff. And the revive is going to come in as well for his teammate.
I want to see if a player has that M249 right now, because that will be a game-turning moment. Vortex is going for it. Vortex is going. He can spot 1 player out right in front of him. That's going to be Kuzle and Uzi right next to him, but he will be shot in from behind. He has to get to the safer area. That seems like a bad thing for WMGxCloud, as they have 1 player right in front, 1 team right in front of them, and they are being shot from the behind as well. Exodus player, he got a revive. Now he needs to capitalize on it. He needs to make the maximum out of it. Kuzle makes an opening for WMGx right now. Can they just capitalize on that opening, as Vortex has been finished? Mondo is on the other side. NZ has to move in forward to take up the fight. The grenade from Spider takes 1 player down once again. NZ, that is the opening that this time WMGx needed. They are moving in forward. But Cruisley, a really impressive player, still sitting out there, and he can take one player down, takes him down to 50 HP. Can he clutch this fight right in front of him? The players are there, but Exodus will exit the stage as with just 5 HP remaining. NRZ took one of the most impressive fights out in this one.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive, especially against the entire team. And talking about teams, Mysterious, the one guy, he was left in the blue zone, is going to be taken down. Lords, they are going to be in trouble as Hitman SR, he is going to be knocked out. And WMGxCloud, they need to be really careful. They are in a really bad situation. They are out in the open. They want to close in towards this play zone. But can they do it? Because there is going to be a squad. It's called LordNepal, who are going to be gatekeeping that entire situation from the safety of the compound. Talking about safety, GoodFellows Remy, he's not going to be safe at all. Trying to prone in the grass, is going to take a shot to his face, and Nikesh with that BB Bison in his hand is going to knock down Grimmy. Actually managing to connect the shots on the long range.
That was impressive. That was the spray from Bison. And Bison is one of the guns that does not have much more of a vertical recoil but has a horizontal sway to it. And managing that sway, that was a really, really good thing. GoodBoys is left with just one player out in themselves, as Shark was just surviving out there. But can he survive for any longer? He's not, you see the player number 15 on the minimap. He's not taking any fights right now. Nikesh has been taken down out here by Andromeda's players. Andromeda's players are looking really, really good. As Tamim is still surviving. Is on a domination right now. He has taken down NRZ out in his fight right now. Mondo is also moving in forward. Can he or can he not? Because Mondo has an M249. He can capitalize the use of that gun right now. Will he not? Because he is low on HP and he is outside the circle. I think this is going to be a bad situation for this guy. He's popping up a first aid. Will the M249 go to waste or will he survive? He is surviving right now. Lord Toxic takes down one with the Uzi. Will reload it and will try to take down the one person once again. And yes, Andromeda big gun has been taken out. Play zone eats up, and that's going to be the end of WMGxCloud on the 6th position. And look at this. He cannot move out because of the Molotov. The Molotov is out there. That's going to damage him any longer if he just stays out there. And one player has been taken down from GoodFellows as well. Ragnar is snaking. He has spotted one player from ZS Esports. ZS Esports is outside the circle. The game has changed for them as they were looking really good, but they'll be eaten up by the players of and that is going to be Godless eating them up. So this fight is at the edge of the circle right now. The blue zone, the zone of death, just sitting out there.
Yeah, but Godless once again lighting up the kill feed for his team, and LordNepal, they are going to be taken down. The man has the M4 on him and has spotted out all the teams. So NOChanceTeam, they are in a really good situation. They are right on the edge of this final circle, and from here on out, you can actually spot all the teams coming in. The nade from Godless is going to get one kill. Zeus Esports is going to be wiped out, and it is going to be NOChanceTeam that do that. Godless getting a lot of kills for himself, but now NOChanceTeam, they're going to be spotted out by the player from the side of Andromeda. It was just one guy, and Godless again is going to finish him off.
2 teams remaining, ladies and gentlemen. One player from GoodFella out there. Godless. Uzuku is moving in forward. That's going to be something because it is going to be a 2v4 and obviously a spray through smoke. Smoke is not going to stop them.
Yeah.
They have that chicken dinner. No chances at back-to-back 2 chicken dinners now.
Back-to-back 2 chicken dinners and an amazing performance from not just one man in this game. It was the entire team that played really well as a unit.
But
yeah,
Godless will still be on top. I can bet you on that.
I think so.
Obviously, if No Chance is winning, it's always Godless. And that guy is just, obliterating his competition.
Hey, if his teammates are there, you need to be scared. If you are the team that kill his teammates, you need to be even more scared because he gets angry and he waits for you.
Zeus Esports. Let's talk about that team. That team had 10 kills, but still Godless.
Yeah. What happened to Zeus Esports? Godless happened.
Yeah,
Godless
so
had
let's
his M4.
What happened to the MVP? Godless.
It is going to be Godless again with 6 kills, 541 damage, 6 kilometers distance traveled, and 28 minutes survival time. So the stats in comparison to the last game, they are not that much. But it is Vikendi after all. It's a map where for the first 10 minutes, nothing happens. Okay, as I say that, this match was a little bit different because it was that one compound that was sort of baiting every single team in towards its direction, and anyone who went in never came out, apart from just one team.
That was Zeus Esports out in that one. But other than that, it was like Team Gravity seeking fight. Other teams are just coming in. The one team, SwankyGaming, gets eliminated. Gravity, each and every team just fighting out one by one, or I should say, players getting eliminated one by one. That was one thing that was happening. First party, third party, second party, third party, fourth party. Let's just send an invitation to each and everyone out there. But these are the top 5 players on the screens, ladies and gentlemen, that dealt a lot of damage and had a lot of kills in this particular game. As you can see, 6 kills from Godless. Obviously, the MVP rank, that is one thing that he has. Kusley from Exodus. This guy is a wonderful guy to actually see, watch him play. Kazan from ZS Esports, Andromeda, Tamim, and Undak from ZS Esports. So 6, 4, 4, 4, and 3 for each and every player out there, respectively.
Yeah, but a lot of damage coming in from these guys individually is going to make sure that they are consistent with the team's performances. So, moving on forward. So, one thing, Andromeda has been performing really well today, unlike their performance during the group stages.
They have learned from the mistakes.
That is something that needs to happen with each and every team. Group stages, yeah, you can use that time for experiments for yourself, but you need to make sure that you are in the top 24 sort of a bracket. But moving on, let's have a look at the standings for this game and see how the other teams did. And NoChance is definitely going to be the first team. NoChanceTeam 29 points this time. Zeus Esports on the second position, 18 points. Andromeda on the third, 15 points. GoodFellows, even though they took an exit on the third position, they are going to be fourth just because they just had 1 kill. So 15 points to them as well. LordNepal is going to be 5th with 11 points. WMGxCloud on the 6th, 9 points. Exodus on the 7th, 7 points. MYSTERIOUZ on the 8th with 7 points as well.
Yeah, as of now, these were the top 8. But then let's have a look at the teams that wanted to do really good but kind of, just lagged out. DreamxTeam on 9, SwankyGaming on 10, GoodBoys on 11, Team Gravity. I mean, Team Gravity, we know that they have an incredible amount of fight in them, but then they are lacking something that they just need to capitalize on. And NoMercy, BlackTeam, but then there's one more team, CMT, once again.
Yeah, once again, just 1 point coming in for this team. And I think they need to start performing really, really well, because as we were talking about this earlier during the start of the show, the teams that do well on day number 1 and basically the teams that do well on the first day that they play usually maintain the lead that they have. You and I had a conversation about this as well. So if you actually manage to get a lead early on during the later stages of the tournament, things actually become a little bit easier for you. You have games to mess up.
Imagine now NoChance's lead just out there. They are going for that initial lead because they know there will be a day when their group will not be playing, when they will not be playing. Some other team might come to capitalize them, and if you have 4 matches, there are chances that a team can go for 4 chicken dinners. So you need to capitalize as much as you can in the days that you are playing, because this at the end is going to be reflected out in your results and those top 16 teams. You can be, we have seen this, you can be you can have a chicken dinner in one of the games and still not make it to top 24, let alone top 16. You still cannot make it to top 24. So those things happen out there. So those are like one of the things that we kind of need to focus on. Let's just focus on the overall standings as well. As for this time out here, NoChance, look at the lead, double +2.
Yeah, double the points of Exodus, +2 to that. 72 points to NoChanceTeam. Exodus, they are on the second, 35 points. Andromeda on the third, 34. BlackTeamMGL on the fourth, 34 points as well. Zeus Esports, they are climbing up slowly and steadily. 5th position for now, 33. DreamxTeam on the 6th position, 33 points. GoodFellows on the 7th position, 31 points. And 8th position being taken by WMGxCloud on the 28th.
Yeah, these were the top.
Points,
28 points for them. These were the top 8 teams, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just have a look at the teams that for now are not doing good as such, because Team Gravity, they were in top 8 in the previous game. They just dropped down right now in this one. SwankyGaming has had a good game. Like, they had a bad game in this one, but then their position, they slowly and steadily are trying to catch up. LordNepal as well. MYSTERIOUZ is constant at their 12th position. NoMercy, GoodBoys, and MT. So MT in 3 games, they have had 4 placement points. So that is kind of not the worst thing out there, but kind of a bad thing. So they kind of need to capitalize on this one as soon as they can understand that they should.
Yeah, they should do this as fast as they can, because we just have 1 more game remaining after this one. Vikendi is over. That means 3 games mark has been reached. Next, it's going to be Erangel once again. And unlike the last time on Erangel, teams will look to fix the mistakes that they made and get the chicken dinner for themselves. Everyone is going to be thinking about the same thing. But what is going to happen? Who is going to win? We will find that out as the game is going to be played after we come back from a short break. So you guys just stay tuned, keep watching. We'll be right back. Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to PMCO 2020 Spring Split WildCard Region Semi-Finals. My name is World Super Johnny John, being joined on the desk by Ocean Sharma, and it is time for game number 4, the last game of the day 1 of semi-finals, which is going to be played on Erangel once again.
Yeah, the last game of the it's like like you like to say, from where it all started, it all just ends out in that one. So this is going to be the last game, and what I'm more excited about is, will No Chance have a back-to-back third chance of a chicken dinner?
Oh yes, that is going to be incredible. Imagine having that big of a lead on just the first day. It is going to put them in a really good standing. And
like, is Team Bablu here, or like what is happening in Wildcard?
Wait, Team Bablu, yeah, they can be here. But or is No Chance just taking a lesson from Team Bablu, watching their style, adapting, evolving all this time, and just going for a domination, as I said earlier. But once again, Erangel, anything can happen. The last time they played this one, they did have a decent performance, but not like the rest of the two games that they played. So are things going to be a little bit different for them, or are we going to see WMGxCloud also sort of step up, or is MT going to step up and get a chicken dinner and a lot of points for themselves finally?
I mean, it just depends. See, it can be their games as well. Like MT needs one comeback game to start, if not to end their day on a good note and to start a new thing for themselves. And that is that they should not be, coming into like good fights and bad fights. They are not even taking fights. They have 0 kills at the end. Yeah. They're not taking fights. They are being acted upon in each and every fight. So they need to change that thing for themselves, for the other teams, other players as well, and all those things. So I think MT can have a really good situation if they just prioritize the circle first, just go inside the zone and stay there rather than getting engaged upon the fights. In Sanhok, what happened? Kanek was going solo with his buggy and he got shot from all the directions. Then the second player was going solo. So that thing, that solo movement should not be happening. Otherwise, it's kind of a game of chance that happens.
Yeah, it's a game of chance, and it is risky business rotating solo without your teammates. Yeah. But what is going to happen? Let's just head into the game, head over to the map of Erangel and see how these teams are going to play this one. The trajectory of the plane starting from the Georgopol city, heading over towards the side of prison. So Georgopol containers are going to be available. Ruins is going to be available. Rozok schools, shooting range, Severny, you can glide over there. Yasnapoliana, mansion, shelter, prison, Lipovka, Milta is going to be available, Milta Power is going to be available, Pochinki you can glide over. But the teams that go towards the side of Novo, the teams that like to go towards military base, towards Stalberg, Kamishki, they are going to have some trouble in this one.
Yeah, and you can see CS Esports already making up their drop. Exodus has already made their drop to their location. Which team is going to have this game for themselves is going to be one of the big questions that just rises up, as CS Esports has incredible fights, but they are lacking that chicken dinner spirit for themselves. I mean, if they have it, that's going to be something. Team BlackMGL is going for their drop location. As you can see, they like to drop to that the shore area around those Georgia things and all those things. So, but one thing is, I think TG versus ZS. This is one thing that we have always seen, and ZS always rise up. It's a 4-0 score for now. Will it or will it not be a 4-1, or will it be a 5-0 for ZS Esports? Because ZS has always won. Even the previous game, they always won the fights when they have taken against Team Gravity. Sinister still staying out there. Sinister still just sitting in their area, and the shotguns missing shots out of that, but not the next one. Chaos goes down, does not make a mistake this time, GoodBoys Shark, and there's gonna be one kill that he just takes in, and the shotgun still misses that one. But I think you can go for a fist fight if anything. Why do you need to waste bullets out in that one?
Yeah, they actually finish him with the M16 coming in from Casper. But once again, NOChanceTeam. So now they are going to be down one player, and they need to be careful on this one as well, because we were talking about this earlier. What if NOChanceTeam has 4 chicken dinners for them? That is going to be a big lead. But now it's going to be harder, just because 3 versus 4 fights. That's what they are going to have to play with. But on the other side, Zeus, they are dropping the players from the side of Team Gravity. As Sebo is going to be taken down. Hakaesu is there for the revive, but is not going to be able to catch another one off guard. He has the DP, but no scope on it. So So the shots are just being fired from the iron sight on the gun. He is still looking for a scope, and if he gets one, it is going to be trouble for the side of Team Gravity. So they need to get out of here, and they need to get out of here now, because these containers on Georgia Pole, these could be where they just die and be the first team to take an exit in this game this time around. Yeah,
I mean, the shots are there, just not they were just not exactly there. And look at this Godless, this guy. I mean, what do you want to see anymore? With Chocolate with a grenade takes down one, and the second grenade by Godless can take down the other. And I think it will. Yes, it will. But Chocolate comes to the aid as well. I mean, the grenade did the damage, but then Chocolate just took him down with a spray. That was something incredible that just happened out there in that one. And we'll have to see, because you can see Chocolate has that AKM and Casper has revived Shark. But will that be enough? I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. Will that be enough? Good boys, they are just playing with 3 players in this one, which have been turned down to 2. Chocodat actually takes a lot of damage, but he can be happy with the fact that his teammates are right behind them, and they are going to get revenge for their teammate, as Chocodat is going to knock Casper down. That's just going to leave Shark, the only man left standing, sitting at 30% health right now. The players from the side of NoChanceTeam, they just run in, but no need to do that. A nade from Usuku is going to finish the entire squad, and that is just going to be it for that team. Good boys.
Exactly, and the players, I mean, No Chance is still dominating. They lost one player this time, I mean, but still, you know, if Godless is out there, you still have the hope of a chicken dinner today, especially as the guy is playing in an incredibly amazing way. Coming back to Yasnai, we have to talk about this area. I mean, this area leaves the circle for like 300 meters or something. As you can see, empty Karnik, they are 300 meters away from the circle. They'll have to get inside the circle right now. But for now, they will be looting and will be uncontested. You can see the zone on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Mysterious have a good area in that what do you call it, military base side. Yeah. And NoMercy, they are good in their Pochinki side. Black, some of the teammates are outside the circle, some are inside the circle, so that's like a good thing for them. But Andromeda going to Severny, and they will have to start their rotations really soon right now. In a while, not even right now, because the circle has to shift, and the shift of the circle will be deciding which teams, you know, just have to stay out in those areas, or which team has to get in. Because for now, Milta Power, this is a weird draw for them. I just never understand this one. LordNepal, 2 players in Lipovka, 2 players in Milta Power. What if someone, you know, just tries and comes and contests their Lipovka drop? They'll be, you know, left without a fight. But for now, I think it's kind of a good thing, because there is no one on Milta Power or Lipovka, so they can go for a 2-2 split.
Yeah, they can go for a 2-2 split right now, but once again, splits are risky since most of the teams are constricted towards the center of this circle. If you go for a split right now, you will be safe. But if the circle makes a massive shift towards the southern side, then you're going to be in trouble. Talking about being in trouble, Choconut from NoChanceTeam is going to catch Mystic from DreamxTeam off guard, and Godless was taken down, but that is not going to matter. Choconut is there to protect his teammates, and the man is on a domination right now, finishing off 3 kills for himself. But Godless, he needs a revive. He has been knocked out in the open, so there is going to be some utility. A smoke needs to be used to cover up the way. But on the other side, Finn actually managed to catch one of the players from the side of WMGxCloud off guard, and inside that shot is where he is gonna die. NRIZ is gonna be taken out in an instant. Did not took a lot of shots while crossing that road, and by the time he got to the shed, he was just surviving with 10 health, which is going to be an easy finish for the players from the side of Empty. But coming back to this situation, Choconut, still Godless, still in the open, and he is being careful because he knows that the players from the side of DreamxTeam are going to be coming. And Godless, I think he is going to die at any moment now. No revives for the guy, and yes, we lose Godless from this game, finishing off quite early. So I think the chances for NoChanceTeam getting a chicken dinner in this game of Erangel have just gone down even further than before.
2 players is what they have lost right now, and with that the hope could have been lost, but I don't think so that all hope will be lost. But look at this, Empty, now they are looking good for a fight. This team, we want to see this team rise and shine, and will this team just go for it? As you can see, the one more player just goes out, and that was impressive. The grenade was out there, it just took his health down quite a bit. Bugatti has taken some damage, Vortex wants to move in forward, Bondo needs a revive right now, and Reed needs a kill for himself. Bugatti is trying to move in, will he be getting a revive? But then once again, where are the other players? Reed was getting shot at. He took down one player, but still he is getting shot at, and the revive is going to come in or not. Look at this. Spider is moving forward. He knows that he has done some critical damage, but Reed has actually had his first aid. Which team is going to win? Which player is going to win? As Reed goes down out in this one, now Spider can go and revive, and he is confirming the kill. This is one thing that MT actually lacks, as MT's players were still away from the fight right now. Finn is moving, Kanik is moving, but can these two players have those 3 kills for their name? Can these two players do finish what Bugatti and Reed started out in this one? They spot one player and one has been done for. Now the information is there that the players are out there, and that was an easy finish, but still it took a lot from MT's side. The team has 4 kills. They had good fight. For the first time, they are outperforming the other good teams, but still at the cost of that they lost 2 players.
Yeah, the fight, as you said, the fight started out in their favor, but it was just Spider, the man, just rushing in and his aim being on point, that turned situation around for the side of WMGxCloud. And MT losing 2 players, not going to be too happy about it, but still they are still in this game. So with 2 players they can actually contest the other teams and try and go in for maybe a top 3 standing. But that I drop with the AWM. It's going to be pretty important for some of the players who like to use the long range battles for their situations. Talking about long range battles, Kazin is going to catch a few of the players from the side of Team Gravity rotating out in the open in the blue zone, and the damage was being given, but now they need to get away as well. They need to figure out how they are going to get in towards this circle, and once they are in there, how are they going to rotate to the next one and also take on Team Gravity, because now Gravity is going to come in their direction. They are going to find a way to rotate in towards their direction. But if we have the minimap on us, Gravity has gone for an even wider rotation, and they will be looking to making their way into the next zone, which is centered around the military bridge.
Yeah, the bridge circle, exactly. The bridge circle. I think if the next circle does a northern shift, that can be a really good thing. But I would love to buy a military bridge or something, because you know players sometimes just to avoid fights, they just stay at the underside of the bridge, and then if heal battles happens there or something, they cannot pop up a first aid.
Yeah.
So that's just like, you know, giving up the kill. So once there was a match and a player was on the underside of the bridge, the players on the upward side, they thought that they had won this game. So they were doing emotes, the circle arrived, and they were the ones, because they were doing emotes, they just died. They were not fully boosted, so they just actually died much before than that person. And that's how you just, with just magic pixel HP, they just won the game.
And if you and I remember correct, if you remember the moment when we were casting another tournament, but we'll talk about that later. Sinister is going to catch a few of the players from the side of Zeus off guard,
now grenade
and
can
gets
come
2
in.
knocks. And yes, the nade is going to be cooked. It's going to be thrown, but it misses his mark, as Sebo is going to be taken down by Kazan. But Kazan, can he clutch this one out for his team? He is pretty healthy. He's far away. He catches one man from the ridge, but the peak did a lot of damage. Sinister, once again, the nade being thrown. The players from the side of Team Gravity are actually closing their gap, and they are moving in together. But Sebo, he needs to be careful, as he is quite low. The Molotov is going to come in, and it's right going to land on the front side of the small ridge. And the players from the side of Team Gravity, they charge in. Hakayasu right in the front lines. Can he clutch this one? No, he cannot. Sinister, he's the only man left standing in a 1 versus 2 situation, and this is going to be trouble for him.
Yeah,
as all his teammates have died.
Exactly. This is going to be a big trouble for them out in this one, because we'll have to see what happens. But Sinister just surviving. He would like to spot Kazan and or Ably. If he shoots at one direction, will be shot at from the other. SKG Ghost on your screens, ladies and gentlemen, was going for the spray out on the other players and just takes down Grammy and would like to just finish him. The moving vehicle stops, and with that, Grammy as well. Now they are being spotted from the other directions, and some shots are being taken on them. But still, I think they have a good rock for their cover. The rock will be the one that comes into the aid of Grammy, because just imagine if there would have been no rock, he would have just, you know, died, and there would have been no area to cover. In the second airdrop, as it grows up in itself, level 3 backpack, helmet, and vest, and now he is destined to actually either burst the tires or just take the players out or anything.
Yeah, he can try and do that, but he needs to be careful as well, because the players from the side of GoodFellows popping up that smoke, and they left one man behind. So that guy can actually come in for a flank and create a lot of trouble for the side of SwankyGaming. Ghost, his teammates are there with him, but they are looking to contest another team at the same time. It's going to be Lord coming in from behind, and this could be a sandwich situation that they are basically making up for themselves. Trying to engage with GoodFellows in the front and LordNepal, but I think LordNepal are actually avoiding that situation and they are getting out of there. And yes, they move in towards a different location, and that is just them present close towards the ferry pier area where Exodus is going to be there. The team of Black is going to be the BlackTeamMGL, and Mysterious, they are still on that military base island, but Ghost, he's going to spot one of the players from the side of GoodFellows. The damage just not being dealt. Onyx, he is quite low. He's sitting at 75% health now, so he is going to be a little bit vulnerable. But if that vehicle gets blown up, I think that is going to be the moment that SwankyGaming, they are going to be looking for. And yes, it does get blown up. Players from the side of GoodFellows did expect that to happen, so they stepped back a little bit, avoiding any sort of unfortunate situations for themselves.
Yeah, any sort of fights, any sort of unfortunate situations that could have, just put them in a bad spot out in that one. So that was just like one of the things that was just getting out there. But look at this. Zhibotnik is still trying to go for the fights. I mean, he has a Mini 14, obviously. He can pop some heads. So there's a thing about DMR, right? DMR actually works depending on how fast you can tap and how fast you can just control. So there, or obviously DMR taps does not have a recoil, but your gun with that is going to be having a recoil once you control the gun and all those things. So that is just one of the things. So DMRs, Mini 14 and all, they are good to use, but it just depends on your utilization capability. Some people go for bolt action because for them the one shot can do wonders. Some people go for ARs like this, AKM4 is just going using it on tap or something, and some people prefer DMRs. So there are those things. And talking about it, as you can see, sprays and all, everything is just coming into the equation, as well as no chances players. They are going to be finishing the what they started. Comrade has been taken out. So I think LordNepal can be in a bit of trouble. And for the first time, it's not godless, but already Choconut has 5 kills.
Yeah, Choconut has taken over for the position of Godless right now in this game. 6 kills on this team of NOChanceTeam, and 5 of them are on Choconut. So they lost 2 players, but the aggression is still not going away from their play style. They are still sticking to the take fights first, kill them first before they kill you sort of a game plan for themselves. And that can actually work out for them if they actually manage to stay towards the later stages of the game, because kills without placement points do not mean much. A placement point without kills do not mean much. You put them together, it is a totally different story.
Yeah.
But now, coming back to this, 3 teams have been taken out, Team Gravity being one of them, and we still have to see where the next shift is going to be, because right now the military base, it can be contested. But look at this, Ocean, another interesting that's happening. Mysterious, they are going for the water rotation for themselves, which is going to be really, really risky, as you don't fight in water, you don't get knocked down in water, you just die.
Yeah, you just get finished in water. That's like one of the things. You cannot use guns. Obviously, your opponents can, and once your opponents are going to be using those guns, you will be having left with no choice except to go down. And once you'll be coming up for the air, obviously that's going to be the end game out there. Alright, so this is an interesting one. You and I, we remember this circle. We have seen this exact circle when the fights were happening on the shore side area and all those things. So I guess that was South Asia when the fights were happening in the qualifiers. Airdrop number 3 has a Groza for it with the 8x out there in the drop, and Lord's Toxic was going for the spray on the players as well right now. So there's this thing, you can have a fight outside the zone, but then you will have to get inside the circle as well. As 400 meters is the distance, and 14 seconds to be precise is the time limit for the players to just get inside the circle right now. Kazan from eSports, he wants to go in. No, he cancels his jump and just would like to just move in and create a new cover for himself. And Mysterious, till now they were not spotted, but now the big question is, will they be able to get up, because these are actually really, really vertical markings out in this one. So getting up is kind of a problem. And SwankyGaming's Kumagaya once again is still trying to spot the players, and look at that jump out there.
Are they racing amongst themselves? I think so, yes. And they can catch one of the players from the side of Mysterious outside, out in the water. And I think they do expect. So, GoodFellows did make did make the jump as well downstairs. And as you said, the cliff is quite big. So climbing up is definitely going to be a challenge. And another interesting thing, BlackTeamMGL, they did set up a bridge camp for themselves, but failed to spot our Mysterious rotating out towards the main island somehow. So another interesting random thing that just happened over there. But now BlackTeamMGL, they are going to be forced to rotate in towards the center of this next circle. And that is going to be a really, really big challenge, because a lot of teams have already clustered over there. There are these few compounds that if you control them, you will definitely have an advantage in the overall fight. And MT Karnik has spotted a couple of players from the side of Andromeda. One has been taken down, the other one still hiding in the shack. It is going to be a bar, but Karnik with that M16 in his hand, can he take this one? Can he take the player in front of him out? He needs to be careful, because there are players present on his rear as well, and he needs to cover his back on his own.
Look at this, Grimmy still surviving, cannot do any movement. Even a single movement is going to give his location. Leo is on the upward edge. He does not know that Grimmy is out there. He's trying to spot the players from the other directions. He is having a cover for himself. Can he or can he not just go for it? Now they know, because Explorer has been taken out. Leo will also just fall down. Onyx is out there. Onyx has fallen down, but not Leo. Leo will still survive for the team. He still have 1 or 2 circles to go for himself. A grenade kicks in. A grenade goes in. A grenade does some damage out for himself, but he is still surviving. Onyx is still there. That is a bad thing for GoodFellows, and even worse for Grimmy, because he will be knocked out and he will not be finished at that instant. That will make them think that there is still one more player surviving. A grenade, his own grenade, bounces up, and his own grenade does a damage to him. That was a bad thing. The third grenade from his side actually takes him on. Alright. So he actually was thinking the grenade will go out, but gravity.
Wait, but the thing that you were talking about, if he gets knocked out on land, they will know that there is one player still alive. But now, since he died from his own nade in the water, they do not know where Grimmy is anymore.
Gravity is quite a bad thing, you know, now in this one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one thing that just happened out here. Grimmy will be surviving SwankyGaming players.
You just said gravity is a bad thing.
I cannot say that. We'll talk about that later. Gravity is a bad thing, kids. Don't do gravity. Alright, so out there, SwankyGaming is sitting out in. Alright, so one thing. Grimmy, now he is surviving, but for how long? Because SwankyGaming, they might, you know, change their perspective and just go for the other teams, other players as well. Like, if not teams, then they'll just try to see other players. But then the circle, if the circle goes away from their side, for now the circle was in the waterways. If the circle goes away from their side, it might go for a moment, but then Grimmy, he will be left to heal better. And I don't think so. He has some heals.
Yeah, I think you are in fact correct, and Grimmy once again is going to be in a really bad situation, because he jumps down from the cliff, goes for the water rotation towards the circle. That is going to be risky, because the circle now has 50% water in it, and the teams are definitely going to take shelter towards the edge of the island, towards the cliffs, and they will spot you out. They will finish you off in an instant. So how do you come out of this situation? We'll just have to wait and see. He is moving slowly and steadily towards the circle, but I think the players from the side of SwankyGaming, they have spotted him out. On the other side, he was spotted out, and that's going to be it. GoodFellows do take an exit, but look at this. Mysterious against Key from the side of SwankyGaming. There was just that one sort of corner of the cliff separating them. And Zaku, can he take this one? Yes, he can. Key is going to be taken down. He's going to be finished off. NOChanceTeam, they get eliminated on the 11th position. That is going to be a big upset.
Yeah, that is definitely. But I think so. The lead that they have, they're still going to be ending the day on the first position, if anything. And look at this. The zone still has water in itself for now. The zone will be slowly and steadily shrinking. And after this, it's going to be strictly on land. If it's a good day. If it's a bad day, imagine the zone being just on water and every team has to swim out there. DreamxTeam Prince takes down Ragnar, as well as Andromeda just exits the server. 9 teams remaining, 25 players surviving. LordNepal outside the circle right now. As you can see, the blue marker, they have just one player. For how long will he be outside the circle is going to be one of my questions. And Dream Prince goes down on the other hand, as Finn is low on health. MT is looking good this time, but I just hope that they just, you know, and I think the kill is being stolen. The kill is being stolen. It's destined to be stolen. No, that's going to be one of the things. LordNepal, they just make an exit outside the play zone. And Dream Prince, alright, the kill is with Finn right now.
Yeah, the kill being taken away, that is just going to be trouble for that team. But look at this. Zeus, they are still in it as Ably. Somehow the man has managed to survive for so long. Even has 3 kills on him. But the players from the side of NoMercy, they are right next to him. The house right next to him. Ably, he needs to heal up. But Hazy is charging forward. He spots him out and Ably is going to be finished off as Hazy's. The shots coming in. And that is going to be Zeus Esports taking an exit from this game. On the other side, BlackTeamMGL, they are going to be in trouble as well as they get engaged upon. But Empty Finn still surviving. Karnik is there as well. So 2 people still in this game. 7 kills. A lot of points have already been taken for them.
But look at this. NoMercy's players just moving in forward. Finn, can he survive for the team right now? He has spotted some players. Has a DP in his hand. 47 bullets out for himself. Takes on 1 but will be taken down in the other side. Karnik should not be making up a movement. The kill has been taken by them. And the grenade actually comes in from Dream Team. And DreamxTeam, obviously he's going to be the grenade out there because his grenades are doing wonders out in the smoke areas. Hazy needs a revival. Gangsky, can he revive? Or the shots are going to take him through the smoke. Black L has been taken on by Exodus, and he will have to see what happens out in the fight overall. So that's going to be like one of the things. And Gangsky, he is still trying to spot the players. Can he spot Dream Team Sengi? I think so, he can. But obviously the other player can spot him as well. Has an M4, 40 bullets, and I think he has been spotted. The Uzi has been taken away, and now the DP is going to go for the work. And yes, DP does the work out there. But 1 HP, not anymore. Sengi goes down as well as SwankyGaming comes in, and they have taken down Dream Sengi. He needs a revival. He will be getting a revival. But imagine so many cluster of teams just out here. What's gonna happen?
Yeah, what is going to happen? Mysterious still sticking to the cliff of this mountain. SKG Leo, SwankyGaming's Leo is still present, and the other 2 players from his team, they are present on the high ground, on top of the cliff. Empty Skarnik still surviving. The only man left standing for his team. On the other side, Dream Team, they have 8 kills for them, but just 2 players remaining. Mysterious is the team with the most players, all 4 of them, but all 4 of them are in a bad situation. That's the thing. So Mysterious, they need a miracle to come out on top and get the chicken dinner for themselves. The nade being cooked by Zaku is going to be thrown in the water, but Leo is not there. He has climbed up on top of the cliff. The nade comes in towards Leo, but still the ridge on the cliff is actually able to save him somehow. He drops down, takes some damage, drops down to 80% health, and these players are just waiting for one or the other to actually mess up. The nade being thrown up. Shadow is going to be taken down by SKG Leo, somehow managing to spot out one of the guys, but Leo takes a lot of damage, drops down to 40% health. 2 players from the side of Mysterious still standing, and they have left 1 man really far behind, so he needs to be careful as well, as when the blue zone is going to start closing in, he's going to be the first one who is going to be taken down. But Leo is going to catch Zaku out in the water and is going to get at least 1 kill before he dies, and the information of as to where Mysterious actually are is going to be relayed to his teammates, who are going to come in for the revenge, and I'm pretty sure about that.
Yeah, and 22 more seconds out there. As you can see, the players are to be ready for a fight. And if you fall out from this location, it's going to be really catastrophic for you, because the circle is going to shift towards the land area, if anything. Dream Team gets eliminated on the 6th position. 5 teams remaining, ladies and gentlemen. 12 players surviving. Exodus is B1. He takes on a player in an interesting way out there. And we'll have to see what happens out later out in this one. As Ghost is out there, and he also finishes 1 player. Black Zeus has been taken down as well. B1 still trying to spot the players. 3 players remaining from Exodus. Exodus has had a good run, and so has been Empty's run. Empty's 1 player still surviving. Is this a comeback game? Yes or no? We all need answers from them. We'll all have to see. And look at this. Shadow is also moving in through water area, but no one has spotted him yet. No one knows his location yet, as he is still out there. If Black Manta spots him, obviously it's going to be the end of Mysterious. We'll have to see what happens out there, because a single player still surviving is not coming up. That's why the zone, the water is damaging him right now. He needs to actually come up and but not show his location. If he sees that smoke, he'll understand there might be someone. Shadow is in the land. Shadow is out there. Shadow will be taken down by SKG's Ghost. That's going to be the end of Mysterious out there, but still no one has spotted that 1 player. I mean, he is, look at this, Manda is still out there.
Manta is still on the downward slope of the cliff, and it's going to be really hard to spot him as well. Because look at this, the cliff is there is this weird structure on the top that is going to be an umbrella on top of Manta, and the utilities are going to be the only thing that can take him out. A couple of nades being thrown in his direction, that's the only thing that you can do to finish him off, but even that is going to be risky. Exodus, they are going to have an advantage in this one as they have 3 players alive, the most number, and Karnik, he's going to be spotted out by Annie, and the door of the house that he was hiding in has been blown apart. Karnik taking a lot of damage right now, is dropping down low, really low, sitting on 10% health right now. The heal needs to come in, and it needs to come in now. On the other side, Karnik, yeah, he heals up to a 75% health. SwankyGaming, the 2 players, they are going to be in trouble because Exodus, as soon as they come charging in, they are going to go for the finish on these 2 players who are out in the open. So they need to be careful as well. Karnik still taking, fighting the blue zone as well, is right on the edge. So
Oh, look at that. If that's a grenade, that's an interesting grenade by Exodus' Ani, but that grenade actually goes from coast to coast, if anything, like literally, and it bounces over Karnik. So that was like one of the things. And B1 was shot at. Look at Karnik moving in forward, but will be taken down from the other side as Exodus was ready for a fight. That would be the end of MT out there. 3 teams remaining, 6 players surviving. Exodus is out there with 3 men, 3 versus 2 versus 1. And if it is something, I mean, Manta can go for a heal battle right now because he won't be. There's no chance that he'll be coming up at the top. And once they get spotted, that's going to be a bad situation as SwankyGaming's Ghost is surviving. He is down to 50 HP right now. Can he just clutch it for a team? A Molotov comes in. Molotov can be a Molotov of death. This is going to be a 3v1, ladies and gentlemen. Will we wait for a heal battle, or are the players just going to go and charge in? Nobody knows. I think Annie knows that there will be a player on the underside and he is going for it. Will he or will he not? Will he spot the player? I think he has spotted the player. And look at that! Look at that! Look at that dance out there.
Okay,
and
he spots him now.
He spots him. He spots him. He shots him. But no bullet just connects and the play zone will come to play. Not giving even the final of the kills. He just dances out there.
Yeah, but BlackTeamMGL, they themselves had just 2 kills for themselves. That is just BM. Alright, you're gonna dance on top of me. I'll just deny you the kill. You won't get this extra point from me. But Exodus, amazing play coming in. MT as well. 1 solo player surviving for that long, and they put up an amazing performance in this game just for their survival. Because even in this game, I think they were pretty passive and do not have that many kills. So they are going to take a drop in the standings.
Then there's one team that I'm really happy about. That's going to be Team MT, as they were doing really good. But then let's have a look at who is the MVP of this particular game. I mean, the kills were decent, and yeah, obviously this person out here has 3 kills. This so the damage that he has done is really good, but the distance covered it's incredible.
Yeah, it is incredible. And so the team had 6 kills in total, Exodus, and 50% kill contribution coming in for a team is a pretty good stat. On the other side, in this game specifically, the game that Exodus gets a chicken dinner in, Kusle was taken out early.
Yeah, but still they managed to fight against the odds, if you want to keep it that way, and they just go for it. They just charge, and they had that numbers advantage still with them till the end. They managed to take out one more team that was out there. I mean, that was SwankyGaming, if anything. Let's just have a look at the top 5 players as well, because there were some other players who had the impact. As you can see, 7 kills by DreamxTeam. Imagine if that player would have survived till the end, the amount of catastrophe that he would have caused out there. MT Swin was out there on the second position with 6 kills. Choconut on third with 5 goals. With 4, and ZS Esports is ably. So there's one thing. No one from winning team is out in this list.
Yeah, no, I was about to say that. No one from the winning team is out in the list. The usual people that we see coming from the MVPs, coming from the damage dealers and the kill leaders as well, none of them are in there. Godless is not in there. Kusle is not in there as well.
Yeah.
So an interesting turn of events in this game of Erangel, and as we were expecting, things did take a turn for the better for some teams. But for teams like Team Gravity, things sort of fell apart again.
Yeah, that that kind of happened out there for Team Gravity, and we'll have to look where it just keeps them out as this match's standings will be right in front of you, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you can see Exodus on the first, Swanky on the second, Black Team on the third, Empty for a change, they have 15 points, and this one, Dream Team is on fifth, Zeus Esports. So No Chance is not in top 8 as NoMercy and Mysterious are on 7th and 8th. So that is going to be like one of the things, and obviously Team Gravity.
Yeah, Team Gravity just not in there. So we will have to move on to the next set of standings and see where they are. NoChanceTeam was not in the top 8 on the 9th position right now, 7 points. LordNepal on the 10th. Dream Gravity finishing on the 11th position, just getting 3 points from this game. WMGxCloud on the 12th. GoodBoys on the 13th. Andromeda on the 14th. And GoodFellows on the 15th position.
Yeah, so we have seen some changes out in this one. I mean, see, No Chance had 72 points, if I'm not wrong. This is still going to put them to 79 points. And no team will be out there to contest them as of now at the end of the first day. So that's going to be like one of the things. But then still we have to see where does it keep Team Gravity? Where does it keep Empty? Because Empty has had a good run. So let's just have a look at the overall standings as we are going to be taking this discussion to the next step. No Chance, obviously. Exodus, obviously, first and the second team. But the difference with that one win, I mean, it was not looking good with just numbers, but that is looking like really, really good out there. And Exodus is out there on the second. And after that, it's BlackTeamMGL on 50 points on third position. Dream Team on the fourth. Zeus Esports on the fifth. Swanky on the sixth. Andromeda on the 7th, and GoodFellows. So Andromeda and GoodFellows had a drop out in this one. But then moving on to the next set of names, we have Cloud on the 9th, and Team Gravity is still dropping. And alright, Empty had just had one point. You know, they were on 15, they're on 14th right now. Let's just hope that they do much better next time.
Yeah, we can only hope that this team does better, as GoodBoys is going to be the only team that is below them on the 15th position with 10 points. And here's the thing, if you notice the difference that's there right now between Exodus and NoChanceTeam, so you never want to finish outside of the top 3 even if you are doing really, really well. Because then the gap is going to go small. It is going to grow smaller and smaller. And after a certain point, you are not going to be standing on the first position. Or you're not going to be holding the position that you're in. So there is always going to be that average number of points that you need in every single game, and you can get points from kill as well. So let's have a look at the kill leaders in the overall. Godless leading the charge with 18 kills, 1975 damage. TG's Team Gravity Cebu is going to be on the second position with 12 kills, 1517 damage. Dream Team Sprints is going to be on the third position, 9 kills, 1631 damage. Fourth position being taken by Kazan from Zeus with 9 kills, 1273 damage. And fifth, it's going to be Kusle from Exodus with 8 kills, 1680 damage. So the damage amount on all of these players is actually pretty good. But as we move on, the drop is going to be there.
Yeah, but I mean, the drop is going to be there, but the damage is still kind of increasing every time you see. Dream Team Singh is out there on the 6th position, and Exodus Zulgdai is out there on the 7th, Choconut on the 8th, and Tamim from Andromeda on the 9th, and Exodus beat the MVP from the previous game. I mean, look at this thing. We thought the damage is gonna decrease. 1065, 862. That's just a decrease out there, but then it just increases in an like 1595 for the last person. 6 kills and 1595. That's just a really good thing. And out of those 6, he had 3 in just one game.
Yeah, 3 in just one game, and that was an amazing performance as well. But today, once again, was just day number 1, and let's have a look at the damage dealers as well as we're doing that. Because we did see the damages in there. So Godless on the first, 1975. Kusle is going to be on the second, 1680. Dream Team Prince, 1631. B1 is going to be on the fourth, and Choconut on the fifth. So that's just the order of the damage dealers since we were just looking at them with the kill leaders table on. But now, as I was saying, today was just day number 1 for the semi-finals. Tomorrow it's going to be day number 2, and teams from Group B and C will be going up head to head. And if you guys notice, Group C, it's a pretty aggressive group with Sacred, Scared Famous, and Imperial GG in the same group. So that matchup is going to be pretty intense. But for that, you guys have to tune in tomorrow, because now we are signing off for today. We'll be right back tomorrow at the same time. We'll catch you guys then. Take care. Good night. Bye-bye.